Right. Caught me by surprise again. There we go. I'm live. And let me see. I'll just fix this screen over here. There you go. Oh, there's a few people who are very early. Let's see. It's Grumpy Snail and Isaac Seal. Hello to you two. It's very quick on the old comments. I've got a couple of actually, it's kind of a spur of the moment live thing today. I wasn't. It's today's Thursday, so I wasn't really planning on doing one. But then it's just a thought. I thought I'd share a few thoughts actually. One of them, I'm going to take these slightly out of order because I wrote two down. Demonetized recently. Remember? You might remember a few weeks ago. Last week or a week and a half ago, I did a live stream, and I can't remember what it was called exactly, but it was the one that, for some of you that may have been present at the time, it was the one. It was the one where the people were asking me about Germans, and I would put my comments through, and all of a sudden I was being called Nazi, and anybody who spoke up on my behalf was called a Nazi sympathizer. It got really crazy. And there was one guy in particular. He wrote to me in the comments saying, "I'm going to get your channel discontinued and your PayPal thing gone." And which I thought, was kind of childish. I mean, because I was been telling everybody for the last hour, if you don't like my content, just go away. It's that simple. But he decided to tell me that he's going to report my channel and get me taken down, which didn't happen. I guess he doesn't carry as much weight as he thought. I'm presuming it's a he. But what's been happening is, which I don't know whether it's because of what this guy's been doing or YouTube in general, but I'm getting a lot of my videos demonetized. Not demonetized. They're not suitable for most advertisers, right? Which means I'm limited to none or some adverts. And what I do, I put in a request to say, look, because apparently I'm not certain whether it's somebody reporting each one or because it's crazy. Even the ones where I read out my mail, they've been demonetized as not being suitable. So I have to put in a request. It's no big thing. It just takes a day or so to get for somebody to manually have a look at it and then say, fine, look, it's all good. But it's either the YouTube's computer going a bit screwy, because we had this last year as well. Pretty much every other video of mine and everybody's was getting demonetized, and it would take it'd take a couple of weeks sometimes. This one is slightly quicker. So anyway, so I'm dealing with that. I mean, the thing is, at my stage of being a YouTuber, but because I earn very, very, I mean, we're talking just a couple, just a few pounds. It doesn't really make a difference monetarily wise, because I don't earn hardly sod all anyway. It's just the fact that they're doing it, is a bit of a pain. Why do they keep fucking with people? The people who are making them multi-millionaire company, they keep screwing with everybody, by demonetizing them. I mean, if I was into my hundreds of thousands of subscribers and viewings, it would make a big difference, because there are people out there who are like that. They make a living of it, Of course, I'm not there yet, but it's just an outright pain in the rear end, Lee B, just nasty people, as they always stir up negative emotions. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been I'm learning to ignore the negative now, or trying. It's not always easy. I'm going to go through see. I've got a bunch of comments here, so I'm going to quickly go through them before my next. Let's see. We've got Grumpy Snail, Isaac Seal, TDCT. TDCT. I don't know what that means. That's probably initials or something. Oh, Isaac Steele, he likes the shirt. Yeah, thank you very much. This was sent to me via my post box by Peter B. There you go. It's very nice. Chicken Whisperer. Yeah, he sent that a few days ago. And yeah, that was via the post office box that I have for mail and all that, all that stuff. People have been sending gifts. Some Japanese lager, some Japanese something sweat in a can. Oh, that was terrible. What else we got? Yeah, some T-shirts, a bunch of postcards. Yeah, it's all good. And of course, I keep saying that the postcards, the stamps go to the charity. In fact, on the I put up a couple of good examples on the thumbnail. Because every YouTube video, I always sort of think, right, well, I want to make a different thumbnail than I've ever done before. Either I'm holding up a can of drink, or holding up a bottle of something, or holding up I don't know. But and this time I held up a couple of stamps, to show people an example. Grumpy Snail as well likes the shirt. Lee B, evening, Mark. How's your week been? Pretty bit of a lazy week. Yeah, just lounging around. Snip, have I smoked any weed lately? No, not in a while. No, not in a. Peter B and Dawn. Good evening to you. I got. Oh, actually, I don't know whether you saw the video I put on an hour or so ago. Reading my fan mail number 4. I read your Jaffa Cake postcard, and I showed everybody the stamp. It was really good stamp. It's there's some D-Day stamps, because some of you may remember I mentioned a bunch of times my birthday was June 6th, just what's that, 14 days ago, 2 weeks. And D-Day was on June 6th, so that's why they're bringing out the commemorative stamps. So yeah, they sent one of those. Oh dear. And anybody else want to send some fan mail, or any kind of mail? There's some really nice picture stamps going around. Allied Air Power is in the house. Oh, Dagenham Dave. There we go. Haven't seen Dagenham Dave for a while. Hi, Mark. Love your channel. You're a decent fella. I'll come round and we'll bash him. Oh, the guy that I mentioned. Yeah. Oh. It just seemed like one guy took it upon themselves to say, I don't like what you're saying, so I'm going to do what I can to get your channel taken down. Not like any normal person would say, I don't like your channel, so I'm not going to grace you with my custom, or I'm going to take my viewing pleasure someplace else, try and take my channel down. So, anyway, yeah, thanks for the offer, Dagenham Dave. We'll, if we find out who it is, I'll let you know. Lee B, just nasty. Oh yeah, read that one. Just nasty, jealous people. Yeah, some people are just. I had this when I had the shop. There are people who are just going nowhere in life. They just want to be fucking with people who are trying to do stuff. It's a sad world. There are those who do, and those who have to just be messing with people who do. They did a good player, Dagenham. Yeah. Dagenham Dave, Mark is a nice fella, never a bad word about anyone. Well, true for the most part. Yeah. Let's see. It keeps jumping. Lee B, yes, Dave. He says it how it is. That's all. Yep. Yeah, that's what I try and do. Tell the truth the way I see it. We'll get there. Crazy Red 01. Am I working over the weekend? Yes, they got me in on Sunday. I got to come in Sunday. I was in last Sunday as well. Lee Merton. Hi, Mark. I sent you the apple pie postcard. will be sending a gift for you tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you open it. Ah, excellent. Thank you very much. I remember the apple pie postcard. That was yeah, good. I haven't had the same postcard twice yet. You know, I've had your apple pie one. I've had a lasagna one. Pete and Dawn sent Marks and Spencer's Jaffa cakes. What else have I had? A McDonald's chicken McNuggets. Yeah, it's all been good. Yeah, anybody, if anybody's got some unusual food items that they can put a stamp on it. And remember, I tell you, that the thing is, I'm surprised. I mean, I'm pleased with the amount of mail that I've got so far. It's been not too bad, But I'm actually surprised that I mean, I understand that people don't want to be. Some people don't want the expense of sending parcels, namely T-shirts or crisps or chocolate bars or anything like that through the post. I understand that, but I'm surprised I don't get more postcards. I mean, I tell you, if you use a piece of scrap cardboard from a chicken nuggets or a TV dinner, bit of cardboard, the stamp on the back costs approximately 70p, I think, something. If because second class you can't get the picture stamps, but first class is only 9p more than second class, and first class you get a nice picture stamp, which will be more favorable, I think, for the charity. But yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to send a postcard, you don't even have to say much on it. You don't have to sing any praises or anything. Just say, look, been watching your channel for a while. Could you give a shout out to so and so? There you go. If that's all you want to put on there, that's great. If you want to put more, that's just as good. But for the price of 70p, you get a shout out forever, and it'll last forever. It'll be on the internet until you're an old person. Just imagine you'd be showing your grandkids. That was me. I sent Mark's Remarks a postcard, and that's the packaging I used, and that's a shout out for me. And of course, the charity gets a stamp. It costs you 70p. It won't even cost you for a postcard. Just get some crap out of the bin. Just write your name on it and stuff. Anyway, in fact, I'll hold this up here while while I'm reading a couple of. Although, I mean, this address is on most of my recent cookery videos and review videos. I've had this in the background, and all you got to do, and also the entitled "Reading My Fan Mail." It'll be on there as well. Let me see. Libby, I collect a few World War II stuff and have a few stamps from the war. Would the dog charity accept old Third Reich stamps with Hitler's face on it? I can send you a variety. Well, tell you what, I don't see why not. In actual fact, let me I've got the literature right here in this envelope. Yeah, that's where the stamps. That's the charity for the stamps. Where they're going. Let me see. Peter and Dawn. They missed that the video I put on before this when I was reading out their postcard. We'll check it now. Did you get the gift card as well? Yes, I did. Thank you very much for that. Everybody, Peter and Dawn sent me because they said they would last week, last live stream, and they did indeed. They sent a Marks and Spencer's £10 voucher. I got it. I opened it today, filmed it today. Me opening it up, posted it, and then I went up to the city centre and spent it all but about 15p. I got some dinner, I got some bread, I got a drink, and pudding. There you go. Although in hindsight, I could have probably done better with some of the items. but it was difficult to, because I tell you what though, because the criteria was sumptuous, I think, luxurious, sumptuous, extravagant, I think, some word like that. But I tell you, you go to Marks and Spencers, and that is actually quite difficult. If you specified overpriced stuff, then yeah, I could have done that in 10 minutes. But they don't do a lot of luxurious, sort of, stuff that's might be considered special. I mean, they got some duck, but that was really expensive. Here we go. Okay, let me. So Peter and Dawn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to either cook it tonight or tomorrow, and I won't tell you what I've got, but yeah, I used it all up about 15p, and Grumpy Snail. How much was the shirt? Well, I don't know. Well, actually, I do remember, but I won't say. But Peter and Dawn sent me this T-shirt. Grumpy Snail. Yeah, they posted it to me a few days ago. It's very nice of them. It I'll tell you, it fits really good. It's comfortable. Right. Yeah, you see, there's a list of usable and unusable. Unusable is the ones where the machine does the stamp. And also, and when you go in the post office, you get like a big sticky thing that's printed to order. You can't be having that. Oh, and also stamps that are, which is why it's good, because of what I do, I leave a big border like it says here, but those have been clipped very close to the stamp. They're no good apparently, but the ones with a centimeter border around the edges. What I'll do, I'll quickly. Here we go. Thank you for supporting our fundraising by collecting used postage stamps. Contrary to what most people think, older stamps pre 2008 are almost never valuable, which is surprising because I thought who sent me that Lee B. Yeah, I would have figured Hitler stamps and fucking World War stamps would be bloody, but before 2008 are almost never valuable. The charity gets most return from modern stamps. Who would have figured that? The ones with security tabs. I don't know what that is. What is that? Is that the little puncture tabs? Please try to minimize the amount of paper card attached to the stamp. Well, that's for me because what I do, I trim around the, I think it's worth. Oh yeah, and if anybody does send me an envelope full of stamps, yeah, they need to have a little bit of a border about 1 finger width around the stamp, so there's a little bit of a border of cardboard or paper or whatever that it's stuck to. Yeah. So but please separate the stamps into British/foreign. Channel Island and Isle of Man count as foreign. No other sorting is necessary. So if you have any foreign stamps, you can send that. It's just that I have to put them in a separate. If I put them in a separate bag and then put the whole lot in the big envelope here, it's just that I have to separate them. Yeah, that's the only separate. So yeah, but no, it's a good offer though, Lee B. But unfortunately, they don't seem to want anything that's before 2008, which is a shocker, because surely, the older the stamp, the more. Well, the older the stamp, the less of them there are, so the value goes up. More money for the charity, but what can you do? But thank you for the offer. But it looks like they can't be doing anything with them, So I guess the best we can do is try for the picture stamps, But Lee B, if you send a card with a picture stamp, that'll be good enough, I think, and then I can take the stamp. You'll get a shout out and etc. All right, so that's for Libby. Peter and Dawn. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've gone through that one. Yeah, I've got the gift, and I spent all the gift cards, and I'm going to be cooking with some stuff. Let's see. This goes frozen hearty food, cocoa. Libby. Yeah, well, I don't know. I've frozen. I've tried a load of frozen Tesco frozen ready meals. I've tried the. I went to all the shops and bought all the £1 meals, £1 microwave dinners. Dagenham Dave, Mark. I often wondered what you do for a living. Is that being too nosy? No, I've described it a few times. People seem interested. I work in a warehouse, picking orders. There's a bunch of flat pack furniture. To televisions. Oh, televisions, man, they can range from 43 up to 80 something inch televisions. Oh, and then mattresses, anything from cots all the way to king size, big heavy bastards, and there's another department that deal with the washing machines and stuff. We don't do that because they're just awkward and heavy. Brian Burn, most of the hearty food company stuff is quite good. Yeah, well, I tell you, I found that the cheaper foods, the £1 microwave dinners, well, they can be. I'm just going to move this over. They can be really good. You don't have to spend all your money on the the name brands. Let's see. Sam Bryden. Hey Mark, have you tried the new McCoy's tortilla chips, Munchos? They're really nice. Only £1 a go. No, I haven't. But if anybody wants to post me them, or if I see them in the shop, I do actually look at the crisps now and again, trying to find a new flavour. Brian Byrne. I'm sure if you sent them a rare penny black stamp, they'd refuse. Yeah, I tell you, it's a surprise to me, because the thing is, modern stamps, if you can go to the post office today and buy a stamp, they sell them by the million. Okay, but you go back 5 years or even less than that, the further back in time you go, the less stamps there are. So it surely means that the collectability goes up, but it's just crazy, Anyway, but yeah, they want anything from 2008. So basically, in the last 10 years, from 8 to 18 or 19. So 10 or 11 years is about the limit, But we can still do it. Just send your postcards in. It costs you about 70p. That's all, and we can see if we can get them a dog for the charity. Libby, I would have thought they would have been accepted due to the history and age. Exactly, yeah. Because the rarer they are, the more desirable they are to a collector. And they sell these to collectors. It's crazy. Why they don't want them, I just don't know. I'm sure if you sent them a... Oh, well, I just read that. Lee Merton, me and the wife Sarah are having a beer. What are you drinking tonight? I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm thinking my Co-op's own brand cola, possibly with some vodka. Yeah, it's a little bit. It is a little bit warm. I don't really like drinking booze in the hot. But yeah, I'm just drinking the. In fact, I'm going to drink out the bottle because otherwise it means I've got to walk into the kitchen. But yeah, I mean, anybody watching tonight, can I count on an envelope coming or a postcard coming? Because every postcard that I receive is guaranteed to get read out. I'll show the postcard on the make it on a video entitled "Reading My Fan Mail." Every card that I get will get a shout out. Even the people who don't like the channel. Even the people who go out of their way to write, in, not tonight though. It hasn't been happening tonight, but some nights people will write some silly stuff in the comments and be awkward and that. I invite them as well. Send your hate mail through via a postcard. It will get read. I can't guarantee that bad language. I may have to edit bad language out, but I mean, it will get read. Rather than put it in the comments, which I'll ignore, and you never know, you might get disconnected or timeout and all the rest of it. Just send it via postcard, and it will be read. Oh, Gareth Wilby. I haven't heard from you in a while, I don't think. Evening to you. Peter and Dawn, yeah, glad you got it. Brilliant. We're looking forward to watching it. Yeah, I'll tell you, in hindsight, I won't tell you what I got, I'll leave it as a surprise, but, it actually was difficult, because, like I said, if the criteria was different, if the criteria was just to go for just buy any old shit and just, I could have done that in 10 minutes, but I scoured every up and down the racks or the shelves, looking for something. I can't think of the word that we used earlier. Something really special. It's just like I couldn't find anything. I went in the meat and I was looking at the steaks. Steaks were good, but I'm thinking, right, what can I do with it? There was the roast duck. Roast duck would have been good, but it was a bit expensive. So what I did, I got a pack of two. Anyway, I won't tell you, but I could have done better with the pudding, I think. But the thing is, I actually actually I'm going to go off subject here. I'm just talking to Peter and Dawn here. There was this small pudding. It had like a sauce in the bottom with a bit of cream and some chocolate and cream and stuff. And what it was a Jaffa cake pudding in a little plastic cup thing, And I thought, that would have been really good because you sent the Jaffa cake postcards. I thought this would make, but then it was like £1.50, So I thought, well, the thing is, I've got the meat, I've got the bread. Well, there you go. I got the drink, and then I had to, juggle about a bit with the pudding. So what I did, I went for a different pudding, which I'll explain why I got that, when the time comes. Pegden. It's a mad world, really. Indeed, can't argue with that. Right, Lee Merton. The wife works as a carer and asked all her work colleagues to save their stamps, especially picture ones. Excellent, because both will do, but picture ones are even nicer. We will send them to you when we have a few. Okay, mate. Brilliant. Excellent. Yeah. I mean, I've got the post PO box until August 28. So no hurry. Just whenever you get whenever you're ready to send them, collect a bunch up whenever you feel like ready. No, that'd be excellent. A nice big job lot. And of course, anybody else wants to follow Lee Merton's example, save up your stamps. You've got until August 28 to, if you post them to me, of course you'll get the shout out, and I'll put them in the envelope for the dog charity. Allied Air Power says women can't swim and will drown when placed in water. I've not heard that. Peter and Dawn, lavish. That was the word. Yeah, I had it in my head. I'm going up and down the racking, the shelves. And I'm thinking, right, I need to. What could be described as lavish? And I'm looking at the steaks, and I'm looking at the Angus burgers with super duper cheese in it, and And yeah, there was. I'll tell you, there was nothing in there that could be described as lavish. Nothing. So I had to do what I could. In fact, I might, it is a really difficult shop to shop in. You know, I mean, you had your really whopping, you had your rump steaks at like £12 a steak and all that lot. But even then, I mean, it's a piece of meat. It's nothing like what you might, the word we use, lavish. Oh, Chris. But yeah, I think I'm going to try and do something not good with it. Maybe not lavish, but something that's worth watching. I think. Scotty B is in the house. Hello, Mark. How you keeping? And how long you been live? Just got in. Okay, well, I'm doing okay, and I've been live for 31 minutes and 5 seconds. 31 minutes and 9 seconds now. 10 seconds. All right, 31 minutes. So yeah, I'll either cook that tonight or on the morrow. And in actual fact, I mentioned some bread. The bread is something that I've never tried before. And yeah, I got a feeling. Anyway, but I might even be able to make 2 meals out of, Although like the celebrity, that celebrity chef show where they get some clown to go around the shops and buy a load of stuff for a tenner, and then the chef has to make some magic out of it. Even then, they can still they don't. I mean, they're not committed to sticking with exactly. I mean, they use those ingredients, but when there's things like salt, pepper and spices and a bit of oil and a bit of lettuce, they're basically stuff that you can find around your kitchen. So if I was to make a hamburger, for example, a bit of lettuce might not be in the budget, because I mean you don't want to spend buy a whole lettuce and just use 2 leaves. So that would be something, anyway, but be something on the side. Scotty B, I see you rocking the t-shirt. Love it. Oh, thank you all. It's from Peter B and Dawn. They posted this to me a few days ago. What's that? Pagan. I love an open fire with a nice roasted beef tea. Yeah. I tell you what, when I was at DIS, when I was 7, we used to have an open fire, coal fire. You don't seem to have them nowadays. Robbie Drummond, Mark, me old son, thought you could escape the wrath of me and my gay mates, eh? Rishi goes on to think again, he says. Oh dear. Scotty B, I will probably catch up on the 30 minutes I missed out on later. Yeah, I mean, you didn't miss much, just just me rabbiting on, but yeah, by all means, after the fact. How's work been this? It's been kind of quiet. Okay, actually, there is a right. So I was talking earlier before you got here about demonetizing. How some of my videos have been getting demonetized. YouTube been messing with people again. They did this last year. Every other video of mine last year was getting demonetized. This is back when I had like I don't know, less than 500 subs, I guess. But they're playing at it again. There's the same old bullshit. You got people around the world who are, these snowflake brigade. These little teenage tosspots. They're running around causing trouble. It's them lot, I think, that are, they put their complaints in, and YouTube sort of tries to have the the moral high ground there by saying, oh no, this is no good for our advertisers. I think if YouTube actually asked the advertisers will say, well, yeah, these people have money. That's who the people we are targeting with these sodding adverts. Let them play the adverts. You don't get advertisers for cars saying, "Oh no, he said a mean thing about the gays. Yeah, we don't want him to." No, it's like they're saying they have money as well. We want their money. We want them to buy our products. So boy, you know. Oh yeah, people arguing amongst themselves. All right. Actually, the other subject I want to speak about. See, in this country, for those who are not from this country, and this is England, for the benefit of any foreigners. All right, this is England. We have a culture in England where the courts, it would seem to most rational people that the courts favour criminals a lot of the time. Criminals get caught. They've got a rap sheet as long as your arm. They go to court. They get spared. Sometimes they get spared prison and get told to paint bridges and stuff, and work with the council picking up litter, or and if they do go to jail, it's for a term that is way less than is deserved for the crime they committed. And then we have what's called time off for good behavior. They don't seem to be able to behave themselves out on the street, which got them put in prison in the first place. But if they behave themselves in prison, they get let out early. Where in actual fact, no, you should be behaving yourself when you're out on the fucking street. Never mind about being in prison. Prisons to get you off the street where you can't behave yourself. So we have a system here where people go to prison for, sometimes they'll get given life. They'll be out in 15 years. Or they'll do a serious crime. They'll get a very minimal sentence, and then they'll do half that because they behave themselves and they don't, mess about with anybody inside. And it got me thinking, do we have any? I mean, you've got people who are, lifers. I mean, you've got your people who are lifers, or they're doing life, but they get let out after they get, because we have a thing now sometimes where a famous old criminal, say that guy who blew up the Lockerbie plane over Lockerbie in Scotland, I think it was. He got let out because the doctors told him he had like 6 months to live. Motherfucker had years. He stayed alive for years after they let him out, because on humanitarian grounds. Oh, he's going to die. Let him out. Never mind about the prison people he killed. But so I'm wondering, do we have any pensioners? We're talking about, like really sick pensioners in English prisons, the ones who are dying of cancer and Alzheimer's and bone cancer and all this kind of shit. Because the reason why I ask is because I was watching a documentary only today, and I've seen it before a year or so ago, where in America they have a real epidemic now, where back in the 70s and 80s they decided to get tough on crime. Okay, so they were handing out lots of life sentences, life without parole, lots of long stretches where people are never getting out of prison. So of course, 1970 was 50 years ago. Okay, so you imagine, and then 1980 was 40 years ago. So you imagine 1970, a 30-year-old or 20-year-old going into prison for life. He'll be 70, or over 70 years old now. If he was 20 years old in 1970 when they cracked down on criminals, giving them long sentences, a 20-year-old in 1970 would be 70 years old now. 1980, he'll be 60-year-old. These will be old men who will be very ill due to old age, and probably living 50 years in an environment which is probably not healthy for them, being around psychos and whatnot. eating poor diet, not getting a lot of exercises. If they're smoking, they're doing a lot of that. Doing that for 50 years, and then all that, because in this, they've got a complete ward that's dedicated to old. I mean, there's one guy, he was 101 years old, and he was missing, missing a leg. I don't know what the fuck happened to his leg, but he was 101 years old. And what they're doing, and he's still in prison. He's doing life, and without the possibility. He was like 20, I think, when he got put in prison for murder. So he's been in there like 80 years. Yeah, they got a whole ward full of them. I mean, these people are getting not so much top-notch medical care, but they're getting pretty good care. But the thing is, what they're doing is the government is is reducing the amount of money that they're giving to run the medical ward, which means that they can't hire proper care, so they're training the inmates to look after these old bastards. Be it feeding them, dressing them, and one inmate gets $5 a month for helping, these terminally ill patients get in and out of bed, feed them, and whatnot. So I'm reading, but so that's the thing. If I go over and read something, and then I lose track. But yeah, it got me thinking that I don't think because either we do have a population of aging. We're talking 70 plus years old in prison, and but we just don't know about it. But I mean, the documentaries I've seen, I've not heard about. I mean, I would imagine there'll be old people in there, of course, but ones who are like pretty much messed up. I mean, they're like on death's door, and the prison is giving them hospital care to keep them alive and that. But imagine all the ailments that old people have. Poor heart, the lungs, the joints give out. They got cancer of every organ going. And also mental illness. I mean, that's a big factor because they're not getting the proper meds for that. Do we have that here in England? Because it got me thinking that because the Americans are doing it, they were talking about the whopping cost it takes to keep these people in prison. It costs about twice or three times the amount it does to have an 18 to 30-year-old in prison. And it got me thinking that if we don't have that, I mean, because I know we let them out early, and because we're English and we don't punish our criminals quite as well as we should. But if they do let them out, it kind of makes sense, because if assuming that the English prisons kick them out once they get to an age where they're no harm to anybody, they figured, right, your sentence is up, kick them out. We need the room, right, for the new young silly sods that are coming in. That way, the responsibility goes on to the social security to house them, to hospital treat them, rather than the prison. If that's the case, the prison no longer has the responsibility of medicating them and keeping them in a separate ward. Unlike the Americans who, where they've got them in there, they're there for life and they're going to be there till they die. Unfortunately, they're not dying. They're living a long time. So now you've got special wards over there. So anyway, yeah, it just occurred to me today. We don't really hear about when you hear about prisons in England, you don't hear about the pensioners, because I mean, you figure. I mean, about the oldest people that you hear about in English prisons was, say, the Krays. Yeah, I mean, they're the most, most famous, I would imagine, up there with them. But there's got to be some really old guys, surely. I mean, it can't be all 18 to 30-year-olds. What do they do with the pensioners? Because a guy that goes into prison in 1970, it will be a 70-year-old man now. What do they do with them? Do they have a special ward? Do they maybe if somebody works in prison, what do they do with them? Do they kick them out? Providing they got relatives to, I don't know. Oh yeah, right, there you go. Ah, Oema. Ohima J. I keep pressing like on your vid, and within a minute it's off. Oh, that's strange. You hmm. Well, I tell you, well, because I got 10 likes. You know, well, give it a few moments, and yeah, see. Yeah, that's strange. It's coming off there. Lee Merton, Mark, what do you think about the TV license of over 70s that they would still have to pay? I know, I heard heard about that last week. They of all the ways to save a quid, I tell you, that's how. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say that's a government fuck you, but for once, this is not the government. You see, the TV license is a private company, although they will use the police to intimidate you at your front door, which I've said on other videos. You don't let them in. You don't have to let them in, the police or the TV license people. But making the over 75s pay, like fuck me, they've already paid since they started working at 20, say, or maybe younger, but say 20. That's over 55 years they've been buying a TV license. You know, why not give them a break? I mean, at 75, I mean, you probably figure their eyesight's not all that good. The hearing's probably shot. So, I mean, they've only got they either can only see the telly or hear it, probably not both. You know, of all the cheap bastards making making the old 75-year-old pay for a license. I mean, I tell you, you get worked to death in this country, you get taxed to death, and then you got the assholes of the TV license saying, "What can we screw them out of now?" You know, just a few extra quid, fucking bastards. Fucking. They should be ashamed, motherfuckers. Okay, Robbie Drummond. Mark, under your leadership, do you think Germany could have executed a more effective September campaign in 1939 than they had done? Okay. Okay, well, there's an example of one of the comments. I remember last time we got on the subject of Germany, it led to all kinds of heatedness. Already agrees with me, I think, on the TV license thing. Scotty B, I've seen that movie. They was Crazy Brothers. I think he must be talking to somebody. Okay. Yeah. On the subject of the TV licenses, actually. Scotty B. I don't know. I might be making a special dinner paid for by Peter B and Dawn. Pagan, should they bring back dog licenses? I didn't know they got rid of dog licenses. But you need a license for every bloody thing in this country. You need a license to have a dog. For the privilege of owning a dog, you need a license. For the privilege of going somewhere and spending your afternoon doing something as dull as shit as like fishing, you need a license for that. You need what's this? Anyway, but the TV license, yeah, I tell you, it's a shame that they've decided to make 75-year-olds pay for their license. It's damn disgraceful. Dog bowl license. Oh, the Craze movie was all about. Oh yeah, I see. Scotty B, the Craze brothers. Yeah, they were brothers, and there's been a few movies out of them. But yeah, you don't. I mean, the thing is, I've said this before, and if anybody disagrees, all you're going to do is type in TV license in the search bar, and you will see people who don't have a TV, so they don't have a license, and then all of a sudden, see, because the license company is a private private company. They're not government company, even though they use government henchmen like the police to come to your door. They are not a government-run company. They are a private. So they know through their records that if you don't have a license, they know it because they got records to say who has and who hasn't. But what they don't know is whether or not you have a television. Okay, so if you don't have a television, you don't need a license. Okay, and the thing is, when they show up at your door to say, yeah, we know that you don't have a license. Do you have a TV? You don't have to answer. In fact, if you you don't want to incriminate yourself, but if you don't, you can stand at your door and say, no, I do not have a television. That is why I do not have a license. They will threaten you with saying that it's lawful and you'll be, you could go to court and all this kind of other shit. If can we come in and verify this? No, you do not need to let them in your house, even if there is a police officer there with them as as muscle behind them, right? You do not need to let either of them in, the licensed guy or the television the policeman. You don't have to stand with it. You don't have to be. You don't even have to have a conversation at your door. You don't have to deny nothing or deny nothing. You don't have to deny anything. You don't have to confirm anything. You don't have to discuss anything at your door. You say, I would rather not discuss this with you. Good day. Shut the door. You don't have to get into a conversation. In fact, like a technique of the police, if you ever go into a cell and you're being questioned, they prefer you to talk. The more you talk, the more rope you have to hang yourself with. So they'll stand at the door, the TV license people, and and they'll just get you in a conversation. Everybody has to buy a license. It's just if nobody buys a license, then we don't get. They're trying to get you in a conversation, and then the more you talk, you're likely to slip. Whether you're guilty of anything or not, you may slip, and they will use that. But no, they've got no right to come in. And if anybody doubts that, type in TV license in the word thing, and you will see people at their front door with a camera filming the television guy conversation with the police and everybody else in the background. You do not need a bio license, because when did you ever sign a contract with the TV license people to say, yes, I will use your television service, your BBC channels and all the rest of it? No, you've never signed a contract. In fact, if you ever go to a shop and buy a television, I remember last time I bought a television, you have to supply your name and address, which they will pass on to the TV license people. So when they get notification, oh, Mark's Remarks has just bought a new television. Wait a minute, he doesn't. We'll cross-reference his files. He doesn't have a TV license. Better go send somebody round there. That's what they do. They will send somebody. They will send details to the license people, which is why when I used to have a TV, I used to buy a second-hand one. So I don't want to really know in my business. But yeah, you will. I mean, just think about it. Have you ever signed a contract with the TV license people to say, yes, I will use your service and I agree to pay this amount of money every year to watch your crappy TV shows? No, you've never done that. So you're under no obligation to pay for a service. And this shit about when they used to do TV adverts. And they'd have a footage of a van with a big banging antenna on the top, right? We can go up and down the street and we can find out which house doesn't have a TV license. Well, actual fact, they know which house doesn't because they have records. But what they say that they can tell what house, they knock on your door and say, yeah, they can say that we can pinpoint it down to what room you're watching the television in and what channel. You think, oh, when somebody says that at your door, and if you think, oh, fuck me, they've got me dead to rights. Oh, Jesus. But no, you think about it. how many rooms in your house do you have a television? Okay, you'll have one in the front room, most likely, the living room. You may have one in the bedroom, but all the TV license, yeah, you've got a television in the living room there. Oh, fuck me. Oh, Jesus, how do they know? Because it's fucking obvious. You got it in the front room. It's a 50-50 whether you have one in the bedroom, but it's dead cert that you got one in the living room. And in the old days, before we had all kinds of cable and stuff, in fact, even now they can still do it. They can go. I mean, how many non-cable channels do we have? Right, we've got BBC One, BBC Two, Channel 4, ITV. Do we have any others? And the rest of them are cable, either Freeview, cable box, or get the cable, your 100 odd channels. So you got 4. So all they got to do is come to your door and say, yeah, we know that you in the front room you've been watching the telly. Oh fuck. And you've been watching the BBC channels. Oh, jeez, 50-50. You've got a 1 in 4, and 2 of them are the BBC channels, right? So that's how they collar people. They scare them into thinking that. Every documentary that I've seen and every bit of thing that thing I've read has all said that is shit. They don't have the technology to do it, and never sign a contract is the same here in Ireland. Byron. Yeah, that's right. You've never signed a contract, so you don't owe them shit. Now, your phone, now that's another story. You've signed a contract to have a phone installed, and you pay. You agree to pay a certain amount per month for the privilege of having a phone line in. But television, you've never signed a. Yeah. So what would I say? Because they're relying on people's ignorance. They're relying on people not knowing much about how things work. They'll say, oh yeah, we've got a van packed to the rafters with technology and we can see exactly what house is watching what station. No, it's all a guess. They know your house hasn't got a license. They're guessing that it's the front room, which is pretty much 90% true if you was to guess the front room. And you've got 4 channels. All you got to do, even if they got 100 channels on your thing, you just say, well, you've been watching the the BBC channels. Oh shit, well I do. You've got BBC One, 2, ITV, Channel 4. So you got a 1 in 4 chance. And all you got, and if you say the BBC channels without specifying, that's 50-50. So yeah, don't let them in your house. And like I say, don't take my word for it. Look in the the bar at the top. reading somebody's comments here. Yeah, but no, do that, and okay. People are writing. People are writing to each other. Most people are pretty annoying. That's from Claire. Eleanor. Yeah, most people are annoying. Well, not on here, but most people I meet in a. Okay. Yeah, Brian. Let's see. That's good. Brian Byrne. That's a good point. Never signed a contract. Yeah. And actually, there was I was watching somebody's comment on a different video I was watching the other day, and I was reading the comments, and there was somebody who was actually making fun of the English. I guess he was an American. I don't know, but because they don't pay for a TV license. At least they never last time I was there back in '86. But he was making fun in his comments of the English because we pay to watch television, which is crazy when you think about it. I mean, because that £150 that they ask you to pay. I mean, I've had people, last time I spoke of this on the live stream, people were writing to me, "No, it's only £150 a year. It's only what it's only £12 a month. But that's not the thing, is it? It's £12 that you should have in your pocket. That's £12 that you would normally be spending on your child's footwear, but instead you are being conned out of it by giving it to a company who don't deserve it. So where it could be 12 pence, it could be £12. It doesn't, they're conning you out of it. It's your money. If I was to come and round your house, bang on your door, and say, you owe me £10, a month, I'd be like, it's only £10 a month. You say, fuck off. What am I getting for my 12, 10 quid? No, but that's what you should be asking for the TV. What are you getting? Not a whole hell of a lot. That's why everybody's going over the cable and Netflix business, But no, it's money in your pocket. I mean, you figure how long would it take you to save? If you were to save £150, say you figure, right, well I want to buy a bike or what, if you were to save £150, if you figure, okay, £10 a month for a year, there you go. That's how long it takes you to save that, £40 a month. That'll take you 6 months. You have to work or save for 6 months to get that money, which you are going to hand over to some company who don't have any legal right to your money. Scotty B, Mark, what have you had for breakfast and lunch today? Well, I went up to the City Centre to buy that stuff. I had a couple of those £1 chicken burgers from Burger King. That's about all I've had today. Oh, I had a chocolate bar, I think. Might have done. Can't remember. Yeah. Clara Elena, in Scandinavia, we don't pay either. Seems crazy that you would have to pay. It does. It's because everybody goes for it. If everybody in the country, because the thing is, we only pay that 150 odd quid is only for the BBC One and BBC Two. The fucking ITV and everybody else, they get their money through advertising. And when the BBC are questioned about it, they say, oh, yeah, well, the thing is, because we get a license fee, we can put on quality shows. But no, you can put on the same fucking shows if you get sponsorship money from all the car companies, all the soap powder companies, all the breakfast companies. All that money, all that advert money you get from them, you plow into making some good shows. That's how you do it, you thieving shits. So so that shit about, oh yeah, well, we put on a better quality show because we have licenses and all that. No, they they can do it through sponsorship like everybody else, but for some reason they choose not to. And if everybody in the country got together and says, you know what, I'm sick of giving these assholes my 150 quid a year. It's my money. I should be spending it on my kids, on the mortgage, spending it on the groceries, but no, we're giving it to a guy. If everybody in the country said, fuck you, I'm not doing it anymore, how fast do you think that they would switch over? Once they would start threatening people, right? Oh yeah, we're going to take you to court. We're going to take you to court. They start sending people banging on your door. You need to buy a license or we'll take you to court. Fuck you, slam the door in their face. See how fast they start going over to getting advertisements. And then you don't have to pay for a license. And it goes up every sodding year. It's not like, what do you don't really get a whole lot of good stuff here, But yeah, everybody in the country stand together and say, no, I've had it. I'm not paying it, And like I say, just type in TV license in the bar on the top of the screen and you'll see people standing in their door having it out with TV license people. And the TV license people can't do shit. As long as you don't let them in your house, do not invite them in your house, they're not allowed to push their way in. They can only, see, the thing is, they need to talk themselves into your house because they want to prove that you have a TV in the corner. if you have a TV, if you don't have, whatever, whether you do or not, you don't have to let them in your house. If they can't get in your house, they cannot prove that you've got a TV. What they want is to be able to get into your house, see that you have a TV, and then go to the court and says, he invited us in, we saw a television. There you go, judge. But if they can't get in the house, they can't get any proof. They can't go to the judge and say, you know what, judge, he was acting a bit awkward at the front door. He may have my spidey sense says that he has a television. But just say, get the fuck out of here. Stop wasting my time. They need proof. And the only way they get proof is when you let them in. Do not let them in. War ready. He likes the shirt. Good fit. Also hate tight shirts. Yeah. Even when I was bodybuilding back when I was young, I never wore tight shirts. When you go around supermarkets and you got the guy walking around with his basket and he's wearing a shirt that's 2 sizes too fucking small, deliberately, so he's busting out of his shirt. Fuck that. I never used to do that. I used to wear the baggiest t-shirts I could find even then. But now I like a bit more room around the neck, but I do like a baggy fit. Scotty B, have you been watching Blue Van Man videos? He review a Subway garlic bread. Maybe you could create your own one. Well, you know what? That's interesting. Yeah, I've watched. I don't actually watch a whole lot of other videos recently, but I've watched a few of his. I've actually made my own Subway sandwiches. I've gone to Subway and I've gone in and said, look, can I just buy a bread roll? Empty bread roll, and they're like, yeah, it costs you £4. What? And they say, oh yeah, well, we're going to charge you for a vegetarian. Fuck off! I just want a bread roll, right? And in one of them, in Newport Pagnell, the manager in there sold me, that he said fine. Twice, he wanted me to charge me £4 at first, but then I said to him, look, I'm doing it for my channel here. So twice I bought a bread roll for £1 each one, right? Then I went to Stacey Bush's next to the Kentucky Fried Chicken here in Milton Keynes. They refused to sell me a bread roll other than an empty one for £4, so I told them to cram that. I went over to the, anybody know the Milton Keynes train station? As you come out of the train station, you've got a Subway sandwich next door to the entrance. I went in there. Again, they wanted to charge me £4 for an empty bread roll. I mean, what kind of arsehole fucking business are they running there, right? So it's difficult to, it's a shame because, so if you happen to be in the Subway sandwich, if you happen to be in the Subway sandwich next to the Milton Keynes train station, go in there and say, Mark from Remarks says, fuck you and your bread rolls. There you go. Tell them it's from me, Mark's Remarks. And yeah, because I mean, they won't sell you a bread roll. I mean, what kind of asshole fucking, because I was going to use that to make some super duper sandwiches, but I can't do that now. So what are you going to do? It's a shame because I mean, finding a decent bread is actually quite difficult. I mean, you got loads of bread out there. A lot of it's not great. But yeah, finding a soft roll is Oh boy. Oh boy, excuse me. Okay, war ready. Mark, I've been eating a lot of pasta recently. So your pasta video is interesting. You've been eating a lot of pasta? Yeah, I'm guessing you're talking about the pasta carbonara I did. I think it was yesterday or the day before, I think. Yeah, that was really good. Just to put some extra bacon in there and it'll be top notch. Lee Merton, Mark, do you prefer long sleeve or short sleeve t-shirts, or don't you mind? No, I don't mind. long or short, it's all good. Yeah, I don't mind either. You know, I've got more short sleeve than I have long, but long is fine. Scotty B, he does put a lot of videos out a day. That the only thing I don't really like about it, but he is a fantastic YouTuber. Oh, I think you're talking about Blue Van Man, aren't you? Yeah, I've noticed he puts a few out because I get flagged up. Mad Maz, I'll try and get you some Scottish crisps, sweets, juice, and send it to your PO box. Won't be for a few weeks as busy at work. Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. No, that'd be well appreciated. Any Scottish sweets and crisps and whatnot, because be interesting. Be interesting to see if they have any different flavors. I mean, if you know it's the same flavors that we have down in England with the crisps and whatnot, you know, there's no point putting them. But if there's stuff that you're, I'm still waiting on some Highland toffee from Sweep Sings. Sweep Sings told me a few weeks ago that she'd send me some Highland toffee. So yeah, Mad Maz. If you have Highland toffee, if you can find some of that, I mean, that would be good. I haven't had Highland toffee since I was like 12. Oh, it was the best toffee in the world, let me tell you. Scotty B, no. Pot noodle tub, no, it's in the sink. I've got to do a boatload of washing up. Already, Mark. I make my own pasta sauce, double cream, cheese, milk, mushroom, salt, pepper. Quite easy to make, but not best tasting. Well, that's the thing. I know every mafia film you see on the television, there's always some Italian woman in the kitchen cooking 15 gallons of spaghetti sauce on the cooker on the oven. You know, it'd be interesting. You know, do homemade. I've never had homemade pasta. It's always been sort of out of a jar in it. You know. Scotty B enjoyed my last pasta video. It looked very tasty. Yeah, it was. It had some. It had some ham in the carbonara sauce. It had some. Yeah, some ham in the sauce, just a little bit. I think a few percent. Had some bacon attached to the chicken. So that was. Yeah, you got a good flavour there. Ah, Mad Maz. I'll try to get some Highland toffee. Thank you very much. Yeah, and don't forget, everybody who's writing today, if you want to have a proper shout out on, because I'll be making shout out, reading my. Oh, I keep running my nose. It's bloody itching again. Yeah, I'm making a series of videos opening my mail. So what I do, I read my mail and open packages on camera and then load it. So any of you writing today, if you want to send a postcard to me, if you're out of England, you have to put England on it if you're not here in England. But send a postcard using some scrap packaging, dog biscuit box, a microwave dinner box, a Jaffa Cakes box, um, a piece of cardboard for some food packaging. It's all good. Put a stamp on it. You don't have to write a big message if you don't want to. Just write a little message, a long message, whatever you want. You'll get a shout out, and it'll only cost you the price of a. Put a first class stamp on it, and ask the woman or ask the person in the post office for a picture stamp if you can. Yeah, everybody, and that way we can get lots of stamps going for this dog charity. That'd be great, and I can make a load of videos. I'll read out every postcard that I get and every package. Queen Elizabeth II says, "You like spog bow spaghetti bolognese?" I guess that's short for the Yeah, I do. I like more pasta than I like the pasta shells and the tubes rather than the string. But Scotty B, when you do your videos, Mark, do you eat all of the food off camera? Yeah, yeah. I mean, what I'll do, I'll cook the food. I'll eat some of it on camera just for the last couple of minutes to say, right, okay, well, this is how it turned out and this is how it tastes. And I will honestly tell you, if it's not that great, then I know there's a couple of videos I've done now. I say, well, it's not brilliant. It should have put some pepper or some shit with this. If it's good, I'll tell you. But yeah, I spent the last minute or so eating it in front of camera, and then I stop, plug in the camera, and then eat it while I'm waiting for it to load. So I eat it off camera, but I try and eat a minute or so. I don't want to. The thing is, I don't want to spend 20 minutes eating my dinner on camera. I mean, it's be boring for people. So I spend the time cooking it. I'll eat, a minute or so, and then the rest of it I eat off camera. Uh, there you go. Anyway, so that's the postal address. Peter and it jumped. Peter and Dawn, have you ever tried baking? You could bake your own Subway rolls for cheap. Actually, I probably could because I have the only baking I do is really baking a roast chicken or baking a casserole. I have a machine that does bread, but if I was to have them, I could get the machine to just knead. Excuse me, just to knead the bread. I can do that, take it out, and then cook it separately, in the oven. Could give that a go. Yeah, screw Subway. I'll make my own sodding rolls. Yeah. Why they won't sell you a roll and they'll try and charge you £4 for an empty bread? I mean, what kind of asshole would charge £4 for an empty bread roll? But they do. So yeah, I could have a go at trying to bake my own bread out of the machine. You know. Jack McCready is in the house. How you doing, Mark? Just on, pal. Just come tuned in, I think. Yeah, Jack McCready. I'm trying to hustle for some postcards. If you, Jack McCready, and or Peter and Dawn, they've sent a bunch of stuff. They're all good. In fact, they're in first place for the amount of packages and envelopes they've sent. but yeah, Jack McCready, War Ready, Lee Merton, he's already sent something. The post that Apple thing. But anybody else want to send me a postcard? Just put a picture stamp on it, bit of scrap cardboard. Please send it in, and I can get some use out of my post box. And then because like I say, it's not all about me getting fan mail and stuff. I mean, I welcome the not so complimentary. If you've got anything derogatory to say about the channel, great, as long as you put a stamp on it. I don't care. It's not all about me. It's I'm trying to get a load of stamps together. I'm fundraising for support dogs. There you go. It says there for they train the dogs for people with autism, for epilepsy, for disability. There you go. That's what they're training the dogs. And in one of these little articles here, it talks about people, somebody with having a fit, and the dog can warn them that they're having a fit in about 40 minutes, so they get time to get home. Postman Pat Mark from Scotty B. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So anybody who's not sent a postcard, it won't cost you money for a postcard. You just get an old biscuit box, or a bit of packaging from a. In fact, today I read out it was Pete and Dawn. They sent one from a Jaffa Cakes box, and somebody and Sue. I can't remember. It's on the video anyway. So somebody and Sue sent a postcard made up of it was a chicken McNugget box from McDonald's. They just took that, wrote a message on it, and sent that to me. So that's all it takes. Just the price of a first class stamp, and of course it will go to a good cause. I'm going to try and. Okay, already 1,248 subscribers. I remember you hit 1,000 recently. Yeah, that was just a few months. Oh Jesus, yeah, somebody's writing comment there. I don't think I'll repeat that one. Yeah, it was just a few months. Yeah, so soon I'll, he says there, already I'll have 10,000. Well, I tell you, it's taken 2 years. July 15, I think it is, which will be in 2 weeks' time. It'll be 2 years. So I got 1,200 in 2 years. So I suppose the more videos I put out, the more cards I said. Oh, that reminds me. Peter and Dawn, I said, with that envelope that you sent a stamped address envelope. I presume that was for one of my little red cards. So it didn't have a message stating that, but I presume that's what it's for. So I sent you a card, one of those little cards. Flies are up. Yeah, which was one of these, So that I sent one of those in. I presume that's what the self-addressed stamped address envelope was for. And anybody else want one of these? Send me a stamped addressed envelope, and I'll put this in, and I'll send you one of those as a souvenir. Lee Merton, Mark, loved the leftover KFC chicken pasta with veg and onion rings and hash browns. We're going to try something similar tomorrow night. Actually, it's that. Yeah, I think that was the one. Was it a pasta dish? I can't remember. I do remember what I did. I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken. I ate all the chicken, and then the next day I went over the bones, scraping with a knife, and cutting away all the scrap bits of chicken that. I mean, there's only me eating it. I mean, if I was making it for a family, I wouldn't be scraping off the chicken that I've already, munched on. But because I was eating the chicken and I was eating the leftovers, what did I was itching like a bastard? Yeah, what I done? I took the next day all the cold chicken bones and all that lot. I scraped all the meat off. There was a mountain of it. Oh Jesus, you wouldn't believe how much. Anyway, so I actually made some dinner with it. Like Lee Merton says, it was chicken pasta, which yeah, I mean, unless I did another one, I can't remember. But yeah, it could be, he says chicken pasta. I was thinking it was a stir fry. I can't remember that far back, but yeah, I do remember making a dinner out of scrap Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, it was very economical. It's a good one because you wouldn't believe how much chicken was still left on the bone. It was crazy. War ready. That roast chicken sandwich looked good, easy to make, and easy to make and tasty. I bet. Indeed. Yeah. But a few weeks ago, a few videos ago, I made a roast. I bought a roast chicken from Costco, cut it up. So it was a real chicken, not chicken mushed together like you'd buy in the shops mostly. Made a sandwich out of that. Scotty B, Subway are tight, Mark. Yeah. I mean, what kind of business plan are they trying to run there? Somebody guy walks in and says, "Look, I like it. All I want is just a bread roll." And they're like, "Oh yeah, well you got to have it. Well, we'll charge you full price, even though it's just fuck, bastards." Okay. Mad. Oh, she's jumped again. Oh, Peter B. Mark, you're mixing me up with another viewer. I'm just Peter B. I'm not with Dawn. Ah, right. Yeah. Okay. Because yeah, it is. It's a different Peter. You're Peter B, and the other one is Peter and Dawn. Yeah. Oh, that or Pete and Dawn. Yeah. Oh, you're Peter, and the other one is Pete. Yeah. I'm getting you two mixed up. Peter. Yeah, it's not Peter B and Dawn. It's Peter. Pete and. I'm getting myself confused here. Yeah, it's Pete and Dawn. That's the trouble. A lot of people with the same. All right. I'll try and remember that. Mad Maz, do you think YouTube takes up a lot of your time, Mark? Do you enjoy it, or are you trying to keep the fans happy and not thinking of yourself? Well, I kind of do. Yeah, I mean, the live streams, I do it. I realize that there was a lot of people who do actually like the live streams for whatever reason. They like listening to me rattle on and talk and about stuff. People like it. I like it. As for the videos, I do like making those, but I've said, I'll remind you, I've said in the past that on occasion there has been times when I've just done nothing, no videos for 2 or 3 weeks, and I get people writing to me where I all that lot. But the fact of the matter is, every now and again, I'll just I'll stop for about 2 or 3 weeks because I'll just get burnt out, you know. Although I do like making the videos, and I do like the fact that that I do have a loyal audience who will spend the time to watch my videos and comment and all the rest of it, and that's really good. That's kind of good motivation to keep going, knowing that that there's actually an audience there watching your stuff. But occasionally, like I say, I'll get burnt out. It's just because your brain's always on trying to think, right, what can I do? I did that already. How can I do that again but make it different? Something that the viewing audience haven't seen before, and it is difficult. I mean, I've done over, I'm slightly over 770 videos now, and in 2 weeks it'll be 2 years. I mean, that's quite a lot. Not all of them cookery, but the vast majority. We're probably looking at 700 of them, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, it does take up a bit of time, bit of spare time, because I have to acquire the things sometimes. And sometimes I'll just dive in the freezer. Other times I'll need a couple of things, or I've got to buy a potato for this particular dish. So I've got to spend time buying the stuff, preparing the stuff, thinking about what I'm going to do. Even though I do wing a lot of it, I got to think or sort of semi-plan it. Got to film it. Got to make sure it's done first time. Done it right the first time every time. Because if I'm halfway through cooking a casserole and I bugger things up, I can't go back and start it all over again. So I've got to get it right, so which takes some concentration. Even though, like I say, I just have a slapdash approach to cooking and filming, I do have to put a little bit of thought in to make sure I don't screw it up too much. I can mess it up a little bit, and then correct it. But I don't have the editing facility, so I have to just do it right first time. Yeah, and then sit here, load it, and but so yeah, it does take a bit of time, but I do enjoy it, and it's partly because of the feedback I get from the people who watch my videos, and the mere fact that people do actually watch my videos. That is a really big help when because if there's nobody watching it, I wouldn't put half the effort into doing what I do, because I figure nobody's watching anyway, but people do watch it. Like now, I mean, there's 18 people watching me talk crap for it's got to be a couple of hours now. Let's move this screen over. 1 hour 28 minutes and a half. There you go. Okay, but that's all good. If people like my stuff, I'll just keep on doing it. War ready. Subway is not value for money. Subs just too expensive. Yeah, they are. In fact, if you want to be fucking with the people in the Subway sandwich shop, if you ever go in there, you can do what I've done, and it does work because I've done it, and I picked it up off of Johnny Knoxville from the Jackass people. It wasn't part of the Jackass show, but what he done, he went into Subway and he asked for a ham and cheese something Subway roll, right? And he said, the guy says, right, what would you like on it? What vegetables would you like on it? He said, okay, bit of lettuce, bit of onion, bit of sweet corn, bit of some gherkin in there. Okay, and he puts that in. Said, but yeah, more lettuce, but more sweet corn, bit of onion, bit more, a few peppers, bit more bit more, a bit more lettuce, a bit more sweet corn, and the guy's cramming it in. And she goes, yeah, more lettuce. Put some more. Put some bit of sauce in there. Put some sweet corn. Put some whatever the hell else. But put some peppers in there. A bit more onion. A bit more gherkin. A bit more. And it was going on for like 10 bloody minutes. And this kid was like, Jesus Christ! And he's trying to cram this sandwich down, and basically the guy, Johnny Knoxville, was carried on and on and on until this guy, I mean, this thing was about like 8 inches thick. And I've actually done it. I've gone into Subway and I've done just that. I've gone in and I said, yeah, put this, that and that on there. And I'm going, yeah, put more gherkin, a bit more lettuce, a bit more onion, a bit more sweet corn. Yeah, a bit more lettuce, more onion, more peppers. Yeah. And I've done that. And they will put it on there, because I mean, and if they get a bit arsey with you, say, look, fucko, I'm a customer and I'm paying your sodium. Just say, look, mate, this is what I want, right? I'm paying for a sandwich. They might give you a little bit of shit because it's going to be a bit awkward for them. But I've done it, so you can go in there and trust me. If you want to go in there, fucking with them, just keep on and just have this thing, and what you can do if you're taking it home. Take it home, scrape out half of this filling, make a second sandwich, put some ham and cheese in there, make a second sandwich at home out of half the vegetation that you've just taken out of the Subway sandwich. Peter B, Mark, you're mixing me. Oh, yeah, I've read that one. Mixing me up with another viewer. You're just Peter B. Right. Yeah, I've read that one. Scotty B, Mark, would you ever create your own Hunter's chicken? Well, I mean, the thing is, Hunter's chicken, as far as I can tell, is basically chicken with barbecue sauce on it. And you put it in the oven. So, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be too difficult. You just need a jar of barbecue sauce, barbecue marinade or something. Throw that all over the chicken. Put it in the oven. Yeah, it'd be easy enough. I mean, you can buy it like that, but it'd be easy enough to do. War ready. Now more people exposed to you, so the subs increase at a faster pace. Indeed. Yeah. That's the thing, because I do notice, like on my live streams, I do, because when I click off, it tells me that I've had so many people watching, so many hours have been accrued through everybody watching. The average watch time. It's funny though. It says, like, a lot of my live streams, it tells me the average view time, even though I'm going for 4 hours. The average view time is like 15 minutes. So I don't know. Maybe people get pissed off and they go away, and then some more people come in. But yeah, it gives me the stats. So yeah, and it tells me if anybody's subscribed during the live stream. Sometimes no. Sometimes I might get 1 or 2. But yeah, but people do. I tell you, the live streams, when I finish the live streams and I load them, they're very, very popular. Way more popular in numbers, in viewage numbers, than my videos, than my cookery ones. Actually, it's funny. I was watching one of my old videos where I bought 3 Big Mac meals, and I did 3 different ways of reheating them. One of them's got over 8,000 views. Yeah, it's like 8,800 and something views. And I can't remember which one it was, because I used the microwave for one method, used the air fryer for a second method, and used the oven for the third method. 3 different videos. Yeah, 8,800. Fucking crazy. Yeah, but yeah, it's amazing. I mean, if I knew what formula people were interested in, I'd probably make more of them. But I don't know. I mean, I've done a whole bunch of sandwiches. They don't get half of what, well, not even a fraction of what they do. That Big Mac did. That's why I don't like putting too many videos of the same subject together. I like to space them out, because what I did, one of the Big Macs reheating videos at 8,800. The others had over, about 1,500 each or something. So that's what happens when if people like a brand new video, but they don't like too many of them, all at once. That's why I'm encouraging people to send me postcards. And what I can do, like if I get a big stack of them, then I can do them all. I can do a whole bunch of them in one video. Because what I don't think would be too interesting for people is if I do like twice a week reading my mail, just 3 or 4 postcards here, 3 or 4 postcards there. If I do a whole bunch of them in one, it won't get too repetitive then. Joda, hello to you. I don't recognize that name. Actually, Hunter's Chicken. Oh, Jesus. Supposed to you, Joda. Right. Hello, Joda. Pete and Dawn. Yes, one of your cards, please. Many things. Ah, right. Many things. Yeah. What I've done. Yeah, I assume that's what the stamped address envelope was for. Although there was no note to say. I guessed that's what it was for, so I put one of those in. What I did, I had to go through 2 or 3 of those. My pen wouldn't write on these. I actually wrote a message on one of the cards, and it wouldn't work. And then I was thinking, right, I tried to use I've got a permanent marker up there. It's a Sharpie. Tried to use that, but it was too thick. Oh shit! So what I did, I sent you a blank, one without any writing on it, which I would have liked to write it on here. That would have been better for you, I think. But what I did, I wrote you a little note on a piece of paper and put that in there with it. So yeah, if anybody else wants one of these, just post me a stamped addressed envelope, and I'll send you one. Maybe there might be collectors. If you want me to write on it, I'll have to use a marker pen. But when you send an envelope, just write. Would you write on a card for me, on one of your cards? Write it on there, and I'll do it in a marker pen, so it won't. So that's the only way I'll write on there. But yeah, I'll send anybody who wants one. Scotty B, would you ever do something different from KFC? I don't know. I mean, I've ate their stuff in the car park. I've made breakfast out of the scrap bits of chicken. I've recreated several of their double down burgers. Well, I recreated their double down burger, and then I made a double down burger in a tortilla wrap. I made a double down burger in a bun. Made a double down burger in something else. I've done a few of those double down burgers. Yeah, I don't know what else new I can do unless I review one of their new burgers. Yeah, Lee Merton, can't beat the flavor of the skin of the KFC chicken. Yeah, that's why I prefer the legs. If I go and get a 10 box, I'll ask them for like 6 legs or something in there. I do prefer the legs. Joda loved the reviews of the Rustlers products. Thank you very much for saying so. And by the way, Joda, if you write to this, send me a postcard with some, on a piece of scrap cardboard from food packaging, cereal box, make a postcard out of it or something, you'll get another shout out if you, use a picture first class stamp, talking gibberish here, any compliments, anything, by all means, don't be shy and send me a postcard, and then of course the stamps will go to the dog charity, so it's all good. War ready. We love the live streams. Yeah, I like doing them. its most popular videos in Mark's channel. It is. I just don't get it. You know, I can have hundreds and hundreds. I can some of them I've got close to and slightly over 1,000 viewings. Not live, but on the reruns of the reruns of the live streams. It's way more than my videos. War Ready, I catch live on repeat also. Prefer it over watching TV. Says a lot. Yeah, and also if you watch it on the reruns, that means that, yeah, on the reruns, you can fast forward all the rubbish. But on the reruns, what I'll do, that there'll be some adverts at the bottom of the screen. Those little dots. Which you don't see live. But what I do, if anybody could, like I always say, I try and remind people, it's the adverts that help fund the channel. The adverts that help fund things like the PO box, help fund any special dinner that I'm making, and basically it just helps run the channel. So if anybody can, if you're able, please sit through, at least some, or whatever you can sit through, or some of the videos. On my cookery videos, I'm putting them at the start of the one at the front and one at the end. I'm not putting any in the middle like I used to. I've had a few people ask me not to do that, and it seems a bit more. People seem to. I think people seem to prefer it at the front and the end. The live streams, when I rerun those, I'll put one every 30 minutes. So because if they're too close together, that's a bit of a pain. So every half an hour. So on a 4-hour video, 4-hour live stream, you'll only see 8 times you get interrupted. Yeah, 8 times. For you could be interrupted with adverts. But yeah, I mean, I realise they're a drag. But if you are able, just at least some, it will help. So that's all good. I should make a merchandise line from Joda. Yeah, quite possibly. Well, the thing is, yeah, I would need a lot. I mean, the thing is, I mean, I've what do you get? Because I'm trying to judge. I mean, the thing is, if like with this thing, I'm trying to judge the amount of mail that I could. I mean, because at the moment, I'm not getting a whole lot of postcards come through, which makes me think, well, yeah, a lot of people are watching, but nobody wants the expense of, not many people want the expense of a postage stamp. So while I'm looking at those figures, I'm thinking, well, the thing is, everybody's asking for merchandise, but I'll have to go out and pay and buy a certain amount. I can't make them to order. I have to buy a certain amount, and the more you buy, the cheaper they become. So then, say I buy 500 t-shirts, there's no guarantee that 500 people will want to buy them, because I mean, 500 people are not even spending 70p on a postcard, on a stamp. So would 500 people want to buy a t-shirt? A lot of people ask for it, but would a lot of people buy it? So once I get assuming I get very, very popular, then possibly then, but I mean, yeah, I mean, if if I got some idea about the popularity of the show by the people who are sending postcards, that would be some indication about how many t-shirts that I should or could go out and buy, because I mean, it's not like I can take an order and then go out and write, yeah, print me 6 t-shirts. No, I have to do it in several hundred at a time, or at least to make it, I mean, the more you buy, the cheaper they come. I could buy them in, I don't know what the minimum amount is, but it's going to be more expensive to buy a few than it would be to buy a lot. Oh, wait a moment. It's nice to see you in the present time. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's good, but being actual live and yeah. Yeah, somebody asked me last week if I feel nervous about being live. Not at all, I don't know how long I'll be live for. I always figure I'll be about an hour or two and it ends up being 4, so who knows? It's got to be bacon and cheese on top of the chicken, Mark. Yeah, I did that in the carbonara. Joda says, I've been subbed for ages. I just don't comment much. That'd be why I didn't recognize the name. But yeah, welcome. Reply or just reply all you want. It's all good. Any questions or comments and that, and yeah, just postcard. Oh boy, my eyes are going. Pete and Dawn, we loved it when you ate the dried. Oh Jesus, yeah, we loved it when you ate the dried mealworms the other day, Mark. Would you consider eating a live one? Ooh, I don't know. The thing is, you don't know what them things have been eating. I would have to be. Oh, I'd have to be really hungry to eat a live one, I think. Scotty B. Pete, the last live was funny. Mark had the worm. Unfortunately, I missed the live. Yeah, I ate 3 of them, because I ate 2 and I actually swallowed them and I nearly threw up right here on the floor. So then I thought, well, I don't want people to think that, I didn't, so I ate another one. So I ate 3. Oh, really? Mark Smith. Hi, Mark. Just sat through an ad getting here. That's interesting. I didn't know that the live had ads, but thank you for watching the ad. I tell you, it all helps. It all adds up. I tell you, it really, I mean, we're talking like a tenth of a penny on some of these ads. It is I mean, I've worked it out. It's approximately, different ads pay different amounts. But we're talking fraction. It's not even a penny per ad or anything. Half a penny would be something. Shit. But we're talking fractions. But it all adds up, and it does. It does. When you get a lot of people all adding up these little, bit like Richard Pryor in that Superman movie, where he was taking all the fractions from all the bank accounts. That's how it's Anyway, okay. So Peter B has. Let me just. They keep jumping. Peter B has donated with a little $ symbol down there. Peter B has donated £1.99. He's been very. He does that quite often, actually. He's a very generous subscriber. Oh, Peter B. Hey, Mark. Every little helps. A familiar line. It does, actually. I used to work for Tesco, and years ago, and that's their line on their commercial. Every little helps. Brilliant. Well, thank you, Peter B. There you go. That's how it's done. If anybody's interested, yeah. I don't know how the motions go. I know it's a little $ but how it all works is a mystery. But yeah, very kind of you. Thank you. Big thank you to Peter B there, and big shout outs to you. Joda, have you ever heard of the true fan method? A true fan is someone who buys anything you sell. I suppose. Yeah. Actually, well, yeah, I know. You know what? I mean, I know that in the context of. Oh, are you talking about the T-shirts? Quite possibly. I do know that in relation to other video. I watch videos, and there are certain people who I watch religiously whenever they put a video up. And there are some that I watch that I like, but I watch periodically. And the mere fact that I like them means, for me, like you said, it's slightly different in a true fan method, as you put it there. For me, I always hit the thumbs up. If it's somebody that I like, Because remember, some people complain on occasion to think, oh, this video wasn't all that great. Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes chicken, sometimes feathers. That's an old saying. There's a few other variants on that, but basically, sometimes you get gold, sometimes you get crap. I mean, if you're churning out lots and lots of videos, some are going to be really good, some of them are going to be good, some of them are going to be fair, some of them are going to be shite. You just not a lot you can do about but like I say, with the people that I subscribe to and watch their things religiously, whether it's good, bad, or shit, I always hit the thumbs up because I like that person and I like to basically help the channel by hitting the thumbs up. That's all. Even if it's bad, I figure, well, what are you going to do? For the 9 good ones, I expect a bad one. So give them a thumbs up for the bad one. It's you get 9 good for every 1 bad. It's pretty good going. So yeah, I would imagine, yeah. So some people, yeah, there are fans who would buy stuff or watch stuff or I mean, I realize, and even on mine, but not, they're not all that brilliant. But people are kind enough to say that I like the video, even if it's not 10 out of 10. Lee B. Hi, Mark. Just went off to Chinese. Ah, right. Oh, you're not getting it delivered. You actually went out and got it because actually we got a Chinese round here that don't deliver. I mean, what the hell? It's like everybody delivers except this one Chinese. Oh, I see. Scotty B. Yeah, my comment was about when he mentioned chicken bacon and cheese, Hunter's chicken with the chicken bacon and cheese on top. Yeah, I do like that actually, Hunter's chicken, but yeah, I'm not big on the barbecue sauce they put on it. But yeah, I buy them from the local shop when they're on discount. Like £4 for a bit of chicken and bacon on it, and that. I'll wait till they're a quid or £1.12. I've got a whole bunch of them in the freezer. Oh Jesus, it keeps jumping. Lee Merton, Mark, would you wear a T-shirt from me and my brother? We are trying to start a little business, gardening and house clearance. We have just got the T-shirts printed. We could send you one. Exactly. That's what I've been saying. I mean, it's not. It's. I mean, this is very nice. This was sent to me, but it's but also what I'm saying to people is because I want a free T-shirt. 2, I want to give, if my subscribers, the ones who are good enough to stick with the channel and watch my channel, good, bad, and give a thumbs up and interact and all that kind of other stuff, if they're good enough to do that, I want to give you, my subscribers, a shout out in the way of a promotion for your business, if you have a business or you're somebody has a business. Yeah. So Lee Mutton, you and your brother, whatever, send a T-shirt, try and make it XXL if you can, or very close to it. Have your logo on it. I will wear it. Put a bit of paper on it. Put a bit of paper in the envelope saying who you are, what you do, where you are, what your number is, and email address or whatever the hell else. And I will, I'll plug your channel for you, plug your business for you. And that goes for anybody else. Whether you've got a burger van, whether you've got a printing shop, hairdressers, chip shop, mechanics, just like Lee Merton over here. Or if you're starting a business, just even if you're starting a business, just make one T-shirt up. One for me and one for whoever's working there. Get 3 or 4 T-shirts made up. Send me one, and I'll shout out your business for you. Yeah, I suppose that's what I've been. So that's what I've been doing. If anybody has a logo on there and they want me to shout that, by all means, send it to. Well, actually, I'll hold this up, but I mean, you can get the address on the videos that say reading out fan mail. It's on there, and a lot of my recent cookery videos, it'll be on there. Okay, but if you're on the reruns, you can just pause this But yeah, anybody else with a business as well, by all means, do like Lee Merton is. Just send a t-shirt and I'll flog it for you. You know, when you had the worms, Scotty B. When you had the worms, your face was a smiley emoji. I think it's a smiley. Yeah, I wasn't smiling much though. Jesus, I tell you, them mealworms stunk to high fucking heaven. Oh dear. Scotty B, I bet you had some horrible customers in Tesco, Mark, when you used to work there. Well, actually, we didn't have the customer because I worked in the warehouse. I worked in the Kiln Farm warehouse from 91 to 97, and I've also worked at the Fenny Lock depot in Bletchley. So we didn't come into contact with the customers, although I had a few awkward customers when I had the video shop. You know, I had a few awkward ones. You know, but in the warehouse we didn't have contact with the customers. But yeah, we had a few. That's the thing. I keep on trying to move the comments up, and it keeps jumping. Joda says, "I always hit the thumbs up too, but a man, I but a man, comma, I forgot his name, a method made a method called the True Fan Method." Oh, right. Sometimes, all right. Yeah, I always hit the thumbs up too. But a man, I forget his name, made a method called the True Fan Method. That was the method. That's just the name for it. Oh, okay. True Fan Method. I guess there must be. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's some fans will follow. I mean, it's like when people follow music bands. That you know, they will follow because they're fans. You know, they'll accept the odd shit song now and again. You know, but I mean, you can't have gold 100, 100 times out of 100. So yeah, somebody made a name for it. He says. Lee B says, "Yeah, my Chinese don't deliver, but they make loads of businesses always busy." I think they got a few words mixed up there. I think, but yeah, they make loads of yeah. If they make loads, if they're busy enough, they don't need, I guess, to deliver. Although I mean, they could probably double the take-ins by making a delivery, I would imagine. Would you ever do your own hunter's chicken with your own kick to it? From Scotty B. Well, I have done a bunch of chicken dishes. I mean, I've done roast chicken dishes with some kind of packet of sauce thrown in, and then cook it for the last sort of 15 minutes doing that. Yeah, I've done all kinds of chicken. So I mean, I don't know about a hunter's chicken. I mean, I've done that once or twice, I think, but I'm not big on hunters. The barbecue sauce. At least that kind of hunter's chicken barbecue sauce. But I've done lots of different chicken with lemon and garlic sauce, Italian tomato sauce, all kinds of stuff. Lee B, I ring up and make my order in advance, and it's ready in less than 15 minutes. Ah, yeah, that's always handy. In fact, talking about Chinese businesses, if anybody knows, if you're living in Milton Keynes, if you know somebody who has a shop, a takeaway shop, a chicken shop, chip shop, garage, hairdressers, what else? I don't know, bakery. Any privately owned because the big corporations, they're not going to be interested. But any privately owned shop, if you have a painting and decorating business, if you have a pottery business, if you have a welding business, if you have a T-shirt with a logo on it, send that in with a note saying who you are, especially Milton Keynes, because I happen to be in Milton Keynes. But if you're not in Milton Keynes, that's perfectly fine as well, because I will shout out your address, and no doubt that people in your county, because I mean, I'll get people all over the country, or in different countries also. There you go. So for the price of a T-shirt and postage, you can have an advert that plays over and over again. And remember, every time once I do a plug for your T-shirt and business, 15 years from now, people will be watching that same advert. And it won't cost you anything, just the T-shirt and postage. Actually, that's not a bad deal. Actually, a couple of pounds for the T-shirt, probably. A couple of quid for the postage. Well, more than a couple of quid, but a few pounds for the postage. So around a fiver, give or take. You can have 10, 15 plus years. For as long as my videos are on YouTube, that's how long people can actually, they'll come along and they'll accidentally watch one of my videos, and your advert will pop up, or your T-shirt will be on show. There you go. Imagine that. 5 quid for 15 years worth of free advert. There you go. That's got to be a bargain. I mean, you know how I like a bargain. That is a bargain. Mad Maz, have you ever had an argument with the staff in the co-op? Sometimes I think they are reluctant to reduce prices as they act like it's coming out of their own pockets. Yeah, I've actually, two different cases there. I've actually gone in, because they're supposed to reduce the prices at 7 o'clock at this particular branch. Other places, other shops to do different times. But you go in at 7, quarter past, you're saying, are these being reduced? Oh, no, yeah, they're getting reduced 7. It's quarter past 7. Well, the thing is, we're not doing it tonight because we're snowed under with we've got to do the bread and the milk and all that other bullshit and sandwiches and stuff. So we're not going to be doing the, but it's their fucking job, right? Which kind of annoying, because you go in there specially, right, to seek out the, to find the bargain, and it's not like that. When you go in somewhere, you don't want to hear like, oh yeah, well, what the thing is, but no, it's your fucking job. Your job is to discount the stuff, try and get it out the door before it goes in the bin. That's how your shop makes money. When your shop has to throw fucking dinners away, they lose money. If they sell it at a discount, you figure, if they sell the stuff at a discount, they're not losing all that much money. Then, even if they sell it at cost, even if they break even, that's better than throwing it in the bin. So they're doing this. They're doing their own company a disservice, as well as the customer, by not discounting it at the time that they advertise they will discount it. The thing is, we're keeping them in a fucking job as well. It's because of our custom money. All right, it may be on discounted. We may be getting it at half price or 75% off or whatever. This is money going through the till. This is money that's going towards their wages. What's going to be when the manager who makes the decision start thinking, right? Oh, you know what? We're getting, purely off the top of my head here, say for the sake of argument, we're getting 10 grand a week. I know that's not a realistic figure, but for the sake of argument, we're getting 10 grand a week, week after week after week after week after week, and all of a sudden, right, things are a bit slack. We're only getting 7 grand a week now. 7 grand. Right. Well, listen, the company losing money. We're going to have to let one of you go. That's how it works. You think they're going to, you think they're going to get rid of their self-service tills? No, they're there to make sure they don't have to have the expense of paying somebody. do you think that they're going to start thinking, all right, okay, we need to stop buying less bread and buying less canned goods? No, they're going to let one of the staff go. So when you people start saying, oh, Jesus, the thing is, I haven't got the time to be well, that's what you're there for. And, you know, the mere fact that money is walking out the door means it's not going in the till, which means your job is that much closer to being going. I mean, Christ, I mean, you know, that's what the machines are there for, to make sure you silly fuckers don't have a job. What's going to happen when the till gets less money than normal? Yeah, sorry, fellas, we're going to let one of you go. And have, right, on the other half of Mad Mazzy's thing there, have I ever had I've never had an argument with them on that score, but I've said to them, look, you know, if you discount, you know, I'll buy all four of them if you discount them. They're like, oh no, the thing is, all right, but no, I have an argument. I had an argument with this one woman on the till that bloody drives me mad. Ugh, you know, when most of us who know that these machines, these self-service tills, are there to put people out of work, there's still no shortage of assholes who will use them. Fine, fuck them. You know, maybe one day they'll be in a position where the machine takes their job, right? But I will not use the machines. And when you've got me and a few others, we're all lined up and we're all taking our turn. We're all saying, no, we don't mind spending an extra 5 minutes in the queue because because we don't want to put somebody out of work. We are willing to do that. What happens? It's your turn. You put your basket down. The woman will leave the till, walk down the length of empty tills, because I've only got one person on the till out of 3 counters. Walk down, hit the reset button because the till, the self-service till, is fucked up. It said the machine has malfunctioned or bullshit. Can you wait for a member of staff to verify your age if they're buying booze? The machine is having a problem. Please wait for a member of staff to come and correct the problem. That's the noise coming out of the machine. So you come to the till, you're ready to be served. Sometimes they're halfway in between getting your stuff, and all that stuff. They will walk down, press that button and I've said, well, wait a minute. Why do they get special treatment? They're the ones putting you out of a job. They're the ones who are using the machine rather than wait. So why do they get preferential treatment? They says, well, they're not getting preferential treatment. You've just stopped serving me to go and put them at the front of the queue so they can carry on using the machine. I'm standing here. I'm the one being served, and you stop serving me so they can jump the line by using the machine. And she's like, well, I don't know. I haven't. I said, look, and she said, I haven't had them jump in the queue. I said, look, clean your glasses. That's what happened. That's what I said to her. Clean your sodding glasses and look at what you just done. I'm getting really mad by now. But the trouble is, it's always the same woman on the bloody till in the evening, And that's what I actually did. I mean, I was losing my mind, I sometimes get like that. If they're a person who's actually thick, I just cannot be around people like that. Like when I went in there and I because I bought the new flavored Pringles, tandoori flavor and the red curry flavor and all that lot. I went in the co-op and said, how much are these, by the way? She said, £1.50. And I said, what? I said, they're only £1 in the pound shop. She goes, like this. It's like, yeah, what the fuck are you telling me for? A sort of reaction like that. And when shopkeepers are, you can tell by their reaction to any question, I don't know. And you imagine, they're thinking, look, I'm earning me a minimum wage. I don't give a fuck what happens here. I'm just like toot through the till. Just leave me alone. And when I say to the woman, you're inviting, you're encouraging people to jump the till, jump the queue by using the machine, and then I'm not having anybody. And I lose my mind. I'm saying to her, look, clean your sodding glasses because you've just walked down there and corrected her machine so she can carry on. She's put, and I'm spending the time. That's what I had an argument with somebody in the shop with about, because they just wind me up, you know. It's when they cannot think for themselves, you know. I said to her, why don't you call somebody? The machine's calling for somebody. Why don't you call for somebody? I'm in the middle of serving customers. Can somebody come and help with the self service? She said, yeah, well, that's what I did. I said, yeah, you stopped serving me to go and sort that out. That is what you did. Now, you know, what you should do is call for another. Oh, God, yeah, that's what I did. Oh, fuck off you. No, it's just thick bastards. And so yeah, to answer the madman's, that's a 10-minute answer to your question. Yeah, that's the one time or one of the very few times I have arguments with the shop assistants. It's just when they get thick and dumb, you know, that's you know, I can appreciate that certain people are not all that with it in the head, but when they just you know, fucking thicker than a corned beef sandwich. That's an expression I haven't used in a while. I just lose my mind, you know. It's like when people say to, you know, people, you say to you, right, we've got to do, right, the manager's come over and he's told us that we have to do this thing. And it is a totally bullshit, unrealistic thing that they've asked us to do. And they said, well, wait a minute. They've what? Okay, well, how long do we have to do this for? This load of crap? I don't know. They just told me to tell, you know, we've got to do. Well, didn't you ask a follow-up question? Which is what I do. If a manager says to me, okay, we're going to be giving out, we're going to be doing, we're going to be sending 2 of these out instead of the 1. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing for the time being. You know, immediately I say, okay, great, okay, fine. How long are we going to be doing this for? Is there going to be extra charge? Is there going to be extra postage? Is there going to be extra bullshit connected to it? Because I'm asking questions that somebody is likely to ask me. And if I say, well, I don't know, that you just said we're giving out 2 for the, you know, instead of 1, I look like a fucking moron because I've not asked any follow-up questions. And it drives me mad when I am asked to do something that is sometimes unreasonable. I want to know, okay, how long am I supposed to do it for? Is there certain categories? Is there certain people who are excluded from this particular thing that we're doing? What time in the evening does this new policy go till? Is it on the week? You know, I will ask questions because I know a customer or somebody will come to me and says, well, how long is this going to go? How long is this new procedure going to go on for? You know, is it working on the week? You know, I will be asked these questions, so I want to know the answer, so I don't look like a dumb shit. But yeah, so that annoys me when shopkeepers don't know anything because they're too stupid to ask a follow-up question. You know. Anyway, so that's a long. Actually, that's an interesting question. Lee Merton, do you collect fridge magnets? Mark, we are all off to Skegness at the weekend. We can send you if you want. Indeed. In fact, when you look at my cookery videos, quite often I have the fridge, well, depending on what angle the camera's at, sometimes you can see the front of the fridge, and I've got a lot of fridge magnets. Over the years, I've just collected them. Absolutely. If you're going to Skegness or anybody going anywhere else, fridge magnet would be excellent. Be one for the collection. I'll put it on the fridge so everybody can see it forever, you know. So it'll be on there because once it's on there, it's, you know, the only one I really move around is I've got a Playboy bottle opener. You know, in fact, you know, I don't know. Yeah, well, you know, a Skegness magnet would be excellent, thank you. And anybody else want to send a fridge magnet? You know, if you've got a fridge, if you've got a fridge mag, you know, on your fridge right now, yeah, by all means, put it in an envelope, send it to me. I'll put it on my fridge, and you'll get a shout out. So, you know, I'll get a fridge magnet. I'll get some fan mail. The dog gets a stamp. Everybody's happy. Okay. Yeah, that'd be great, Lee Merton. Thank you for that. That'd be good. Adam Lancaster. I work in a co-op. The reductions start at 6 o'clock, and they are supposed to reduce everything on today's date. Yeah, I mean, I've been in there, and they just can't be bothered. You know, they just say, "Well, look, we're busy doing the bread at the minute." You know, if we get, you know, but you know, sometimes they don't even, you know. Lee B, do you have any interest in the war, Mark? Especially the second. I can talk about it for hours. Well, the thing is, yeah, I like watching the documentaries on the war, on the Hitler, and I like watching you know, the Hitler and what he was up to and how he got into power, and you know, planes, bombers, Spitfires, dogfights, all with airplanes days, you know. Yeah, I like all that stuff. I like you know, when they find these bunkers, you know, that have been you know, and they used to hide all the you know, these. We got them in England. We got tank bunkers here in England. You know, Lee B says the roads are very dangerous. My aunt lives in Hertfordshire, and the roads can freeze over one night. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, get a flash freeze. Yeah, Mark is still going. In fact, I may need to go shortly because I need to eat. Um, yeah, Mark Smith, the Dirty Dozen was on TV earlier. Hasn't been on for years. Has some great stars in it. Yeah, the Telly Savalas had Charles Bronson. Actually, because they made a few. The Dirty Dozen, the Dirtier Dozen, the Dirty Dozen's Final Mission, all kinds of. Lee Marvin, he was in one of them. Libby, we will be going for quite a while now. He's he's fixed on a topic. I'm covering a few topics. Mark, how many times a week do you use the supermarkets to get your food for your videos? Well, what I'll do, I normally try and fill up the freezer with you know, discounted stuff from different shops that I go to. I'll try and fill that up, and then what I'll do is I'll just use the local shop mostly to get bits and pieces. You know, if things that I can't freeze potato. Well, I can freeze, you know, if you buy potatoes, but you know, if I buy potatoes, buy bread, buy sauces, buy cheese, this kind of thing. I use the shop for that and use those in the recipes. The rest of it's all in the freezer. All the, you know, the chicken, the sausages, the you know, everything, all the meat and stuff. Adam Lancaster says his grandfather's nickname was Bomber because of the Lancaster bomber. Uh-huh. There you go. Because of the Lancaster bomber. Yeah, they're one of the bigger planes. That's a good nickname to have. All right. Oh, I need a drink. Anybody not hit the thumbs up already? By all means, go right ahead. Let's see. We've got 17 at the minute. Yeah. If they don't cancel my shift, then I'll be working tomorrow. Oh boy. Oh boy. And okay, I might have to go shortly. It's funny that people say America and England won the war in Europe when it was the Soviets that advanced to Berlin first. England didn't get there until 2 weeks later. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get too involved with the war because it'll lead. I like watching the war, watching the war documentaries. Scotty B, yeah. Well, I'm working on Sunday, so it's a bummer. Anybody? Right, I'm going to probably give it a few more minutes. Leave it till next time. Yeah, I'm too tired to get involved with the a war discussion. I'm tired. I'm starved. Anybody who's writing, been writing in the comments, please, consider sending a postcard. The more postcards, the better. I'll do a few videos. You'll get a shout out. The more stamps I get for the charity, it all goes to a good cause. And I figure, a lot of people I'm seeing, names come up that haven't, it only costs you 70p or something. And yeah, tell your mates at work, if they get a bit of cardboard, put a stamp on it, watch this video. All the shout outs I'll be doing from the postcards and packages from here will be entitled Mark's Remarks, Reading Fan / Hate Mail, hash meaning number, and then numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 upwards, So everybody who sends one, tell your relatives, tell your workmates, tell your school buddies, send me a postcard on a bit of scrap packaging, and then you'll get a shout out. Everybody will get a shout out. Yeah, because I mean, the amount of postcards I've got has been fairly all right, but it hasn't been anywhere near the numbers that, even I've got like 1,200 subs. Even if a quarter of that, what's that? 300. Even a quarter of my subs sent them. That'd be 300, and that's way more than what I've got. I think I've got probably almost a dozen. But but if anybody wants to send them, great. It can. It'll just to get you involved in the channel as well. Show people your interesting postcards that you've sent. I see Scotty B. When will you wear the brown long sleeve T-shirt, Mark, you got in the post box? Well, I've actually worn it. Yeah, I've worn it for a couple of cookery videos. In fact, the video of me reading my mail number 4, the one I posted before this, I think I was wearing it then. Yeah, I've worn it in a few videos. I've deliberately worn it to get it on camera. Watch the last few videos of mine. I'll have been wearing this and the long sleeve brown one. Lee B, I'll have my postcard sent to you by Monday. I'll still send you some of them stamps. Oh, great! I got as well as the ones eligible. Great, yeah. I mean, yeah. If you send a postcard, great. Like I say, try and if anybody can possibly make it a picture one, that would be good for the charity. And if you're collecting them from your workmates, as long as they get to me by August 28th, so you got a couple of months yet. A couple of months. There's no hurry for that, but yeah. I mean, if any, you don't have to send just one postcard. If anybody's sent a postcard already and you want another shout out with a different postcard with a different bit of packaging, by all means, send another one. It's all good. You'll get as many shout outs as postcards as is sent. Not seen the one yet. Last video I saw it was pasta one. Right. Scotty B is not seen the last video. Actually, I think I posted it. Yeah, I did post it. Yeah, it's the one with the envelope, and I'm holding it in front of the thing so you can see my eyes above the envelope. There's an envelope where I had my vouchers in from. Uh, oh Jesus! Sorry. Um, I'm having. I'm sorry. I'm having a mind blank. Anyway, I had a voucher. I'm having a mind blank because I'm so hungry and tired. Um, but anyway, but yeah, it's been loaded. Okay, we'll watch it soon. Pete and Dawn just came to me. Yeah, it's the one that So I'm holding an envelope there from Pete and Dawn. Anyway, but yeah, and on there's an example of the kind of stamps that. Okay, well look, I've got a few people watching still, but I'm starting to waffle now because I'm just. Uh, Mark Smith, how did you get on in Marks and Spencers? Also, I will send you something from Dublin soon. That'll be interesting. What no, I was going to ask you what you're going to send, but he's going to send something from Dublin. That could be, yeah, that'd be interesting to see what that is, you know. And but yeah, how did I get on at Marks and Spencers? Yeah, well, Pete and Dawn sent me food, and I'm getting a message that hello, my connection was had trouble with the disconnection there. It flashed up on the screen. Well, I'll start that again. Pete and Dawn sent a voucher, and it's for £10 for me to go and buy a lavish dinner from Marks and Spencers. There's a lot of overpriced stuff in there. You wouldn't believe it. Everything's overpriced in there, but they don't do a lot of high-end, lavish dinners. So fuck me, I must have been in there for 45 minutes, cruising around. Um, over half an hour of that was just trying to find the dinner. The drink I found in 3 or 4 minutes. The bread 2 or 3 minutes. There wasn't a lot of choice going on with the bread, but I found a nice loaf that I haven't used before. It's a round loaf. Looks like I don't know. Anyway, it's like a round loaf. You imagine a round loaf and you slap it on the table and it flattens and it's like domed. Yeah. So what I did, I had a toss up between. It was like a steak, some peppered pork loin, some Angus burgers. I thought I'd go for some Angus burgers for a while. Thought that might be interesting, but I thought no, I can get fucking burgers any bloody. Anyway, but yeah, there wasn't a. So what I did, I figured what I'll do, I'll go for I'll just make something really nice. I should be able to make two different meals actually because there's two bits of meat. But there was nothing spectacular. You know, for the overpriced shite that they were selling, you'd think there'd be something like really, really upmarket. Anyway, but hoping that you'll like, I'll do something nice. Scotty B asks, do you go to the bakery? Well, no, because there's a bakery section in my local shop. If I go to a supermarket, I try and go to their bakery section, but there's just no bakeries near me. It'd be handy if there was. Uh, oh, Ya Yeet. Mark, I love you. My dad is also called Mark. There you go. Hello to your dad, Mark. Scotty B, Mark, do you use your local butcher shop for meat? Well, the thing is, I don't have a local butcher either. The only local shops, we have a local co-op. There's an Indian shop, sort of a corner shop. There's a hairdresser's, there's a chicken shop, and there's a chippy on the corner. There's a charity shop, the council building. We don't really. I mean, if they were around, I would use those more than the supermarkets for my bread and meat. But just none of them around. Harry Reynolds, hi Mark. Is a air fryer worth getting? I've been using a deep fat fryer for years. Are the results similar? Well, no, the results aren't similar. One of them you cook in oil, submerge in hot oil or fat. The other one uses hot air. If you was to type in Mark's Remarks air fryer, okay, you'll see me do a review of my air fryer. I did it last year. I don't get, I mean, I wasn't promoting. I don't get any money for anybody who watches that. I'm not endorsed by them in any way. It's just that I happen to buy this particular brand of air fryer and it works very well. So I did a demonstration on how it works, how the buttons work. So Mark's Remarks air fryer, you'll see me do a review on my particular model, which I'm happy with. Um, Oops. 8. Okay, there's a yeah. I'm gonna avoid that. Yeah, people are getting a bit silly now, so I'm gonna avoid those for the time being. If they keep it up, then they'll be put on a timeout. I think they know who they are. Ethan Vinall, where are you from? Well, I live in Milton Keynes. Originally from Norfolk, Norfolk. I was there till I was about 8. I came here to Milton Keynes. Been living here ever since. Yeah, Peter B. Psycho comment. Yeah, every so often those comments come up. It's just I've explained it lots of times. They're just doing it to be awkward. Yeah. You're still in the house. Yeah, Scotty B. If anybody starts on with that selling dodgy meat bullshit, just put them on a timeout, would you please? They know that I'm not. I've never sold any dodgy meat to anybody, but they just keep bringing it up just to get to be annoying. Lee B, have you ever been to Birmingham? I believe I have, and my nose is itching because I need a shave. Yeah, I believe I have. I think that might have been where I drove somebody to. Who's that? Who's that guy? Jonathan Ross, to the Jonathan Ross show. Hello. The comments have frozen. Here we go. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Scotty B, he knows this. Yeah. This Norfolk. Scotty B, okay, you have warned them. I understand. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I have. I've warned them. So if they keep it up, you know what to do. Lee Merton, I've been to Milton Keynes before, mate. Loads of roundabouts. Yeah, we are known for our roundabouts. Everything's in a grid section. Michael Marmalade. Mark, why are you so into the mousetraps? Mouse, what? Michael Marmalade. But Mark, why are you so into mousetraps? Uh, I'm not really. Are you getting me? Maybe you're confusing me with somebody else. Mousetraps. No. Uh, Peter B, you need a week off, Mark. Hope we don't have to wait long for that. Hope you don't have to wait for long. Yeah, well, it's good to have just a break where you just do nothing. That's what I normally do. And if I do have a holiday or a time off, I usually end up sleeping all day and all night and just doing nothing. Or I might go travel around, do some errands. Yeah, Scotty B. Yeah, just time them out. That's all. If they're being a bit silly with the stupid ass meat questions, and time them out. If they start, if it starts getting any worse than that, we'll have to take different measures. Michael Marmalade, you're not into the mousetrap then? No, I mean I've used mousetraps before. I'm not really a big, not really have any sort of don't have a collection or nothing, but yeah, I don't know why you'd think I'd be into mousetraps. Uh, no, Libby, I've never worked for DHL or Jaguar. I never worked for those. I worked near a DHL actually. Michael Marmalade, you are on the mousetrap community. You are on the mousetrap community. That's why I bring it up. Oh, are you referring to the fact that I'm subscribed to somebody who review? There is one person whose name I can't think. There is a guy who reviews mousetraps, sometimes vintage, sometimes up to date. He reviews them. He tries them out. Yeah, I'm subscribed to him. I watch his videos. I'm not really into, I find them interesting. Some of the old vintage 100-year-old mousetraps, they're interesting. Okay. All right. So there you go. It's coming up on 10. Let's see. There you go. Adidas 98. Sean Woods. Exactly. It's very good. It's a small world that I could say somebody that I watch who reviews mousetraps and Sean Woods. Yeah, very good. Yeah, that's his name. Ever had any rats in my place? No. No. Where when I had chickens, there used to be a slight rat problem. You'd have to, go out there and put traps and stuff down. Or snake? No, no snakes. Uh, Lee Merton, Mark, did you like Laurel and Hardy? Well, when I was a lad, I used to think they were great. I've seen one or two films of theirs recently over and I think my humor has changed. But when I was young, I used to love watching their movies. Spud, do you like ketchup and mustard mixed together? Ah, right. Well, I've never had it mixed together as such, but if I buy a hot dog, I will put mustard and ketchup and brown sauce, and if they have fruity sauce in there, I'll put that on as well. But I don't mix it as such. I just put it all on the same hot dog. Um, Ethan Vinnell, do you have a Discord server? I don't know what that is. A Discord server. Don't know. Oh, Dudley the dude is in the house. Well, my day's going okay. Did some shopping, went to Marks and Spencer's. I got sent a voucher from a very generous subscriber, and it worth £10. I went up there and I bought some stuff which I'll be cooking. Uh, I'll probably make one of them tonight. Uh, Ethan Vinall. That's a shame. Well, yeah, it's a shame that you didn't explain what it is. Yeah, I don't know what a Discord server is. You could have used that comment to tell me what it is, actually. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Proud Englishman. Yeah, what's all the mousetrap stuff about? I don't know. Somebody asked me if I was into mousetraps, but I subscribe to a guy, somebody called Woods. I can't remember the name now, but somebody Woods is who I'm subscribed to. He reviews. Ashley, the Spud. Actually, I'll change your question. You ask about what I think about people hitting their kids. Well, I figure sometimes kids do need a good, they've got to be shown the line where they've got to be shown some discipline. Well, I'll tell you what. Speaking of kids, what bloody annoys me is I go to McDonald's, right, and I don't know if you ever get this, right. You're in the line, and there's some asshole parents. You've either got the mum or the mum and dad. They've got this like I don't know, 5-year-old kid. They're old enough to talk. Yeah, they're about 4 or 5 years old, right? They're old enough to talk, and they will fucking well wait until it's their turn at the till. They don't decide anything before. They wait until it's their turn to be served. And then they'll be going, yeah, I'll have a Big Mac meal. The wife will have a quarter pounder meal with chips, yeah, Diet Coke, all that. Then they go and ask the 5-year-old, what do you want to eat? Of course, the kid's like, I don't fucking know. And they're like, come on, what do you want to eat? Do you want a cheeseburger? Do you want chicken nuggets? Do you want a Happy Meal? Happy Meal, you get a toy. What kind of toy do you want? For fuck's sake. And I'm standing behind them, and sometimes I'll say, I don't know if they ever hear me, but they don't ever challenge me about it. I say, for Christ, he's a 5-year-old. Choose for him. Why are you asking a 5-year-old to make a menu decision on any? Why are you asking a 5-year-old anything to begin with? Because they don't know shit. Just go to because they have a display counter with all these little toys in it. Right? What toy do you want? That one? Fine. Okay. And it's your child. You know what they like to eat. If they don't like chicken or the taste of chicken nuggets, don't fucking buy them chicken nuggets. Buy them buy a cheeseburger meal. Buy the fucking knows what else they put in a chicken in a kid's box. Okay, it's your kid. You know what he's like. Don't ask a 5-year-old to make a menu choice. Choose for him and stop holding the line up. Okay. And it just drives me bloody mad. And sometimes under my breath I'll say, look, just choose something for him, okay? I don't know whether they hear me or not, but I don't exactly. Sometimes I don't make it too quiet. I try to make it as if they, so they can hear it. But Mark Smith. Okay, well, I guess. Let's see. What's that? Peter. Well, let's jump in a bit. Peter B. Human nature to love the attention from people behind the queue. make them all wait because I'm more important than you attitude. Yeah, I think you're right, because the thing is, oh geez, I hate it. If I've got a handful of stuff at the shop, right, at the co-op, and I dump it on the counter, and then I have to go through my bag. I have this co-op carrier bag, it's one of those forever lifetime bags. It's full. It's got my umbrella. It's got some bills in there. It's got a plastic bag for a spare plastic bag. It's got all till receipts. It's got some loose change thrown in there. I've got my meds in there. I've got my keys in. And then I hate being the guy who goes to the counter and then has to dig through a mountain of crap for his wallet and my little key fob with the with the loyalty card on it. I hate being that guy that holds up the line, because of my stupid ass. I couldn't be bothered to find my wallet while I was in the queue. That actually bothers me. I think, oh God, because all the time I'm sort of like, oh, fucking bastard, because the guy in front of me, he's doing the same thing. I don't like to be that guy, the guy that's inconsiderate enough to hold up the line, which is why I hate going to the counter. And then, I never go to the McDonald's counter. I think, okay, now what would I like? Let's see. Yeah. Tell me about that new burger. No, don't fucking ask anybody about the new burger. Just make up your mind before you get there. And if you've got a snot-nosed little 5-year-old with you, either ask them while you're in the line or make a decision for them, In what other circumstance would you ask a 5-year-old to make any kind of decision? You know, you don't ask a 5-year-old, what do you fancy wearing today? You want to wear your jeans? You want to wear your dress? What do you want? You want your Wellington boots? No, you just give them. What do you want for dinner tonight, little 5-year-old? Do you want no, you decide because you're the adult. But as soon as you get to the McDonald's, all of a sudden you give the 5-year-old a choice. They've got no clue. They can't even read what's on the menu. They don't, as long as it has a toy involved in it, they don't give a shit, okay? They'll have the cheeseburger, they'll have the nuggets, they'll have the chip, they don't fucking care. And all you're doing is being an asshole who holds up the line. People are in line. People have got to eat and get the bus to go to work. People have got to, they're on a lunch break. They've got to eat and go back. So, yeah, please, for my sake, don't be that asshole who holds up the line asking your 5-year-old, do you want nuggets or do you want a fucking cheeseburger? Just make up their mind for it. Oh dear. Okay. Scotty B. No, I mean, I mentioned a few people have asked me in the past. I mentioned a few times. No, I don't have any kids. They're too expensive. And I tell you what, I don't do. I mean, it's rare that I will come into contact with kids. I've got no reason to, But on the odd occasion that I have to interact with a child, my view is I try not to talk to them like they're an idiot. Like I remember my brother. Oh my God, my sister came round, and at the time, my sister's kid Cody was about 5 years old, and I was upstairs in my room, and I could hear my brother saying to Cody, do you want to go to McDonald's? And I thought, for fuck's sake, she's not retarded. She's not a fucking monkey, a retarded monkey that you have to speak to. And it really was, there's me a lot like Cody. Do you want to go to McDonald's? I'm going. If you want to come with me, I'll get you a cheeseburger. Like, Cody, like really slowly. You want to go to McDonald's? And I was fucking cringing upstairs. I could hear this through the through the hallway. And I just don't speak to. I mean, I've got no kids, and I've got no reason to be around it. But like I say, on the few occasions where I have an occasion to be around a child, I normally talk to them like they're a proper person. Not like I won't speak to them on adult topics or what do you think about the government? No. I'll talk to them about kids stuff, but not like they're an idiot or they're a fucking brainless moron. I speak to them like they're a person. But when it comes to going to McDonald's, there's no reason for an adult to ask a 5-year-old, what would you like from the no, choose something for them. Or if you have to, give them a choice of 2 items. What do you want? Cheeseburger? Fucking chicken nuggets? What do you want? You got one or the other? I'm like, I don't know. All right, fine. You can have a cheeseburger. If they don't come up with an answer in 7 seconds, make it up for them. You don't need to go through the whole menu. You don't need to go through 12 toys. Just go to the counter. Right, can I have a toy for a little girl? Right, can I have a toy for a little boy? Right, whatever you got. I don't care. That's all you need to do, and stop holding up the line. What's this? Fletcher O'Riordan. How are you? Well, not so bad. A bit hungry and starving. My eyesight's going a bit because I'm a bit tired and hungry. Spud, have you got any pictures of your brother? No, I don't. I don't need any pictures of my brother. We're not exactly tight. Christ, I broke my foot once at work. I cracked a bone in my foot and no fucker came around see if I needed to go shopping or anything. I was on my own. No, they don't give a shit. They don't even fucking watch the channel. I text my sister the other day, and being in mind next month, it'll be 2 months. I text her and says, did you watch? Have you been watching any of my videos? I was on live stream a couple of days ago. I ate some mealworms. She didn't even fucking reply. 8 hours later, this is on when I started work, right? 8 hours later, I'm waiting on the bus. I text her, hey, I phoned her. And I said, did you get my text message out? Oh, yeah, got your text message. I said, what? Have you been watching any of my videos? Oh, no, not really. We don't really. I said, she said to me, what was up with eating that worm? It's like it's a bit, it wasn't alive, was it? No, it was, She can't, it's been 2 years. They can't be fucking bothered, none of them, to watch any of my videos to help me out when I broke my foot. I say broke my foot. I cracked a bone in my foot, and that was a bastard. You don't, no, they just don't. So no, I don't have any photos of them. It was a bit of a shame because, when my brother had a hole in his lung, I was the first one. He fucking come round to my house. He come round and banging on my bedroom door. Mark, can you? And I drove him to the hospital. Yeah, I'm his best fucking pal when he's got a hole in his lung. He just developed. It just happened. He wasn't injured or nothing. It just happened. Just a hole in his lung just happened, and he's having trouble breathing. Yeah, I'm the one. Yeah, I'm the fucking first door he knocks on. A vegan group on unit what? I don't know. Okay, Zeus, go look at Mark's videos, then see why he likes watching animals tortured. The free what? Go look at Mark's videos. Well, if you look at my videos, you see that they're mostly cookery videos. It's I don't know. Simply mean explain. I don't know. No, see, Dr. Zeus, you either explain. I think he wants me to explain why I'm eating meat. I think, and he's a vegan. I've got no more interest in speaking to you about me eating meat than I have you not eating meat. It's your choice. Good luck to you. I don't want to hear about it. Your liked video has been Monday. No, my brother is not a teacher. Oh, Scotty B says things are getting a bit rough. Adidas 98. What do you think of vegans? I don't. You know, if they don't want to eat meat or anything, fine. You know, more for me. Okay. Yeah, Dr. Zeus is. Ah, looks like Joanna Butler is keeping law and order. Thank you very much, Joanna. Yep. Okay. The questions are coming in pretty fast. Mr. Tongue, Jesus, I just looked at his liked videos. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. There's a list of liked videos that I've liked. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of videos that I've liked. You know, normally I'll like a video if I don't dislike it. You know, it may be average, it may be mediocre, but as long as if I dislike it, I'll just not do nothing. A lot of the time, I'll just like it because you know, it'll help that particular channel. And you know, I mean, if somebody's gone to the effort of making a video and it's not been something that's been offensive to me, yeah, I'll like it. You know. Oh, Steve Ellis is in the house. Midlands goat. Yeah, okay, looks like Ben Monday has been timed out. Okay, yeah. I got Joanna Butler and Scotty B on the case. Why are people so stupid? I don't get it. Yeah, that's the thing. That's all you can do. Just time them out. If they get a bit of once they come back after 5 minutes, time them out again if you need to. Just keep on. They'll get the message. You keep on timing them out. They'll get sick of being timed out. Steve Ellis, damn right. Never miss a live stream. I don't know. BL9 boy, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the mousetrap? It's interesting looking at 100-year-old mousetraps and how they've evolved, you know. Oh, Charlie Leach. There's another one I haven't heard from in a long, long time. What's your opinion on Nike's new campaign with plus-size women? Well, the thing is, everybody's got their preference. They either like big women or small women. So I'm just reading there, but the thing is, if they want to do adverts with plus size women, I figure fine. If there's if there's enough of them, if they figure there's enough of them for a market for their product, great. As a consumer, we have the option, just like with people watching my channel. People bitch and whine, but they have the choice to go somewhere else. If people don't like what a company is selling, they don't have to buy their product. They don't have to watch their adverts on the television. They can click over. So yeah, you know, leave them to it. If it gets, you know, we as a consumer have the opportunity to watch it or not watch it, or buy their product or not buy their product. Pete and Dawn, don't take it personally, Mark. Keeping close to family can be tough. We all love your video. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, family can be tough. You know that the, you know, trouble is you can't choose who you're. your family are. You're just stuck with them, you know. Harry Vale, I was being serious. Please don't censor me. I think your sister should have watched. Ah, okay, Harry Vale. Let's see. I don't. No, I don't know where your other comment is, but yeah. Oh, I've lost it now. Shit. Yeah, it was to do with my sister watching it. Yeah, I mean, you'd think my sister would have bothered to, watch some of my videos, but no, she can't be. She doesn't give a shit. Which is a bit of a shame because it's like when I first started the channel, and I'm telling everybody, "Oh man, my nose is itching. Oh, this is what happens when you need a shave." I told everybody, anybody who would listen, I've got a YouTube channel. Would you subscribe? Have a look at it, check it out. If you like it, great. But I'm looking for subscribe. No, I couldn't even get I couldn't get anybody to. It was a year and a half before my mum I subscribed, and that was only because I went around the house and subscribed for her. My sisters can't even be bothered to do any of that. Your sister should have watched your worm video. Yeah, she should have watched any of my. Mark, but there's other videos, not just mouse ones. Well, it's a mousetrap video. It's reviewing mousetraps. I mean, not right. Ah, shit, I'm done talking to you. Yeah, you're right, Scotty. I should go get some food. What about ads for plus size men? Double standards. Yeah. Well, yeah. If any company feels there's a market to target to certain people, great. Try and make as much money as you can there. Advertisements. We've got the choice to watch it or not. You know. I mean, personally, I don't want to see. You know. I mean, there's plus size and there's fucking obese people, which is probably not something you want all over your TV. Ah, Lee Merton. Hey Mark, do you like rock? We will send you some from Skegness. Aha! Now that is an idea. Yeah, I do like rock. I haven't eaten rock in years since I went to a seaside town. Yeah, now some rock would be really good. Um, yeah, maybe I tell you what. Yeah, I'm thinking either a stick of rock or when you get those little when they break them into little pieces and whatever you like. But yeah, that'd be very nice. Thank you. That'd be very nice. Some Skegness rock from Lee Merton. Adidas 98. Ain't some of those plus size models overweight? I would imagine, yeah. But then if you don't want to, if we don't want to see it, we have the choice to flick the channel, to turn the page, to not buy the product. I mean, just because. I mean, it's like like I tell everybody, just because I don't particularly like a product doesn't mean that everybody else shouldn't have the option to buy the product. Or just because I don't like a TV show doesn't mean that everybody should not be able to watch it. Everybody can make up their own mind. Jack McCready. Looks like Boris Johnson will be in the number 10 mark. To be honest, I thought we were in trouble if he wins. What's your Jesus? You know what? I'm too tired to talk on politics. I'm just barely getting through with the this mousetrap bullshit. Joanna Butler loves rock too. Yeah. If anybody else is going to a seaside town, then yeah, send us some rock. Pablo says Skegness crack rocks. Yeah, some crack rocks. Hello, what happened there? Do you like beans? Yeah, I like beans. Yeah, I've done a few videos of beans. I like shop brand beans. They're just as good as the big ones. Peter B and Scotty B. Good job. Yeah, yep, keeping law and order. Let's see, Scotty B. What the mousetrap thing, Mark? Oh, I'm subscribed to somebody called Woods. It's a mousetrap review. In fact, he doesn't even kill the mice. It because he gets demonetized when he shows the mice getting killed, so he doesn't even kill the mice. He traps them in a bucket or with different mouse traps, and then goes lets them loose in the wild. So I mean, and then people saying that I'm watching animal abuse videos, you know. Yeah, but the truth of the matter is, he used to do the mouse traps where they die, but because he got demonetized on them, he has a blanket in the bottom of the bucket to seek him a safe landing. He sets the mice free. Yeah, Steve Ellis. Steve Ellis asked about sausages in cans and beans. No, they're fine. In fact, some of them are really good. The wife thinks they're an abomination. He says, but I think I've done a few reviews on them. Yeah, they're actually they taste really good. I don't know about the quality of the meat, but I mean they taste good. Spud says he is off to Brighton next week. Ah. Tell you what, though, yeah, if you fancy send us some Brighton rock, that would be well appreciated. If you fancy, you get a shout out. Okay, Harry Vale. I'm not sure why he's being timed. He says he's just having a chat. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what's anyway. All right. Well, if it stays good natured, it shouldn't be a problem anymore. Spud, have you been shadow banned? I don't know. Sean Wood. There you go. Thank you, Adidas 98. Sean Wood. Remember the Wood. Sean Wood is the top geezer. Period. Yeah. Harry Vale, sausages, beans are a tad too salty, Mark. Watch your sodium levels. See, that's the thing. Here in England, we do, well, yeah, I mean, we kind of understand that too much salt is a bad thing, but I'm guessing, are you American? Because you use the word sodium. They seem to have really big issues with salt in everything. But here in England, we try to keep our salt under control. But the thing is, you want a can of beans and sausages with a year and a half shelf life. You gotta put preservatives, and the biggest preservative is salt. I mean, what are you gonna do? You got to have salt in your diet. You can't be without it. You just got to sort of like try and limit it. Yeah, for some reason we don't seem to have such a big. We know about too much salt, but we don't sort of make a big drama out of it. Of it. Me, I realised that there is salt. I mean, what are you going to do? Not eat food because there's, because companies put salt in their food. It's a flavoring, it's a preservative. You can't not eat food, so you got to eat it, right? So what I do is I don't put salt on my food because I figure there's enough already in it. What are you going to do? I mean, you can only, Harry Vale, yeah, fair point. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, there's no way of getting around it. It's like people. I've heard people complain about. Well, there's a lot of preservatives in this meat pie. Well, yeah, but it's got a fucking two. It's got a year shelf life on it. It's a it's a mince and onion pie with a year's shelf life. Yeah, it's gonna but unless you make it yourself, and then it's got a 3-day shelf life. There's not a lot anyway. But you got to put up with it. So if it's got it, if you're the best you can do, if your food has got preservatives in it, if your food has got salt in it, the best you can do is you not put those things in yourself to limit how much you intake. Okay, yeah, there you go. Oh, Zulu Visions says, all right. Yeah, I think he agrees with me about the salt. Yeah, there you go, Pablo. Fragmentos pies. I've got a few of them in the cupboard. I got it from a pound shop. I'll have to. I cooked one of them. I got like one of each different flavour. Yeah, you've got a chicken pie in a can. It's going to be chock load of. It's going to be chock load of preservatives. Spud, I like adding tomato ketchup to my Branston beans. Yeah, well, this is what I've said before. If you buy a 25p tin of shop brand beans, if it's not strong enough, just put some ketchup. Look at the ingredients on a can of beans, right? It's haricot beans, which all baked beans are used. They use haricot beans and tomato sauce. That's the two main ingredients. So just squirt in any brand of tomato sauce. It gives it a richer color. It will give it a richer flavor. That's all you do. You turn a cheap Mars tin of beans into an expensive tin of beans by throwing some ketchup in there. Right, Joanna Butler's got to go now. All right, thank you, Joanna, for keeping law and order. See you in the next one. Okay. Well, Pablo's been timed out for some reason. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not reading too many bad comments. Well, I'm reading a few, but I don't know. Yeah, I can only guess that there's something going on while they've been banned. But bean ketchup is different to normal Heinz beans ketchup. Well, yeah. The tomato sauce in a can of beans will be different to the tomato sauce that you throw on your chips. But yeah, they're two different but you can put them in there. In fact, I have in the past, I've taken a tin of, I always buy the shop brand beans, right? 25p tin of beans. I've actually put brown sauce in them to make them into barbecue beans. If you like barbecue beans, just put some McDonald's, a little sachet of McDonald's barbecue sauce in there. Turn them into barbecue cowboy beans or something. Anyway. All right. Anybody not hit the thumbs up, do so now, please. You've got about 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Okay. Thank you to everybody watching. And thank you to Peter B. He made that donation earlier, £1.99. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much for that. And anybody who wants to send a postcard, if I can get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of postcards, that would be ideal. At least it'll make it look like my, post box is getting its money's worth. Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of names here that write to me regularly. So if all of those was to send a postcard on a bit of packaging, bit of cardboard, just put a first class stamp on it, one with a picture on it. If you want one of these, just include a stamped addressed envelope, and I'll send you one of these, a little card with Mark's remarks written on it. There you go. It's got a nice picture there. Let's see. Paul Gay. Yeah, Paul Gay's just showed up 30 seconds before I'm going. Oh, well, you can watch it on the reruns. Okay. Yeah, listen, please, everybody, just start sending some postcards. You don't have to go to the expense if you don't want of sending parcels. That's only if you want to. With crisps and sticks of rock and whatever else in it. But a postcard would be really nice on the back of a bit of food packaging, a bit of cardboard, put a stamp on it. It costs about 70p. Nice picture one for the charity, the dog charity. Let's see. Right. Okay. People talking amongst each other. Okay. So if you do that, and let's get a big multitude of postcards in the in my PO box, please. And Spuddy's off to get smashed on some Frosty Jacks. I don't know. What was that? Must sounds like some Frosty Jacks. Maybe some cider, perhaps. I don't know. Okay. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.